Orleans.
Heavy rains and wind pounding this region, knocking out power to thousands already. The problem is storm surge is a major problem, 7 to 10 feet in some areas on the coastline like Grand Isle.
Francine packing winds of 70 miles an hour. House Speaker Mike Johnson pulling a vote on a temporary spending bill that would keep federal agencies and programs funded for 6 months. The legislation would require people registering to vote provide proof of citizenship. Congress needs to pass a stopgap spending bill before October 1st. And Taylor Swift, the big winner on the MTV Video Music Awards last night, 7 awards, including Video of the Year. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, Danny Kelly here at the big store, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan. You know, I keep hearing people talk about how they believe they can get a better deal in Texas. Well, let me make it clear to everyone. You can't. No Texas dealer will ever beat Permian. Our prices are the lowest guaranteed. I'll beat any Texas deal on any new vehicle, or I'll go get it for you for free. On top of that, I'm also going to throw in a free lifetime powertrain warranty for anybody that buys and services with us. And you can take that Permian promise to the bank. So before you go driving, spending time, money, and valuable resources to chase a fairy tale, remember, shop local and save big. The only thing bigger in Texas are the prices. So if you need a great deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle and you want to make it fast, fun, and easy, just come down to Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs.
I'm Danny Kelly, and I approve this message.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
Dear carbon footprint, you get smaller as Toyota's electrified lineup gets larger. The all-hybrid Toyota Camry brings available all-wheel drive. The versatile RAV4 sips less fuel and devours more miles. And the RAV4 Prime and the all-electric BZ4X plug into savings. Toyota, let's go places.
Visit Permian Toyota in Hobbs today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hear ye, hear ye. Step back in time for the time of your life at the 3rd Annual Cavern City Renaissance Festival. Enjoy a weekend of magic and merriment with captivating music, thrilling armored combat, and all-new dazzling stage performances. Savor bountiful food and drink as you explore 2 stages of non-stop entertainment and discover unique treasures from over 70 artisan vendors. Bring your whole family for an unforgettable adventure on September 27th and 28th at the Carlsbad Beach Park. Advertisement paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
September savings at National Furniture Liquidators, and it's warehouse cleanup time. Out with the old. Thousands of bargains like chairs and bar stools, $18. Nightstands, $28. End tables, $18, and select mattresses up to 70% off. Bed dressers and chests up to 80% off. Dinettes, 60% off or more, and sofas as low as $188. Thousands of deals, all on a first-come, first-sold basis. Warehouse cleanup time now at National Furniture Liquidators.
Nobody beats Shorty.
Get ready for the Yucca Blossom Trade Days Summer's End Extravaganza, coming to the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street, Saturday, September 21st from 9 to 6, and Sunday, September 22nd from 11 to 4 in Artesia, New Mexico. Shop a wide variety of vendors to make the most of summer ending with fall and the holidays just around the corner. Plus, don't forget to check out the Yucca Blossom silent auction with proceeds to benefit the Tony De La Rosa family. Don't miss the Yucca Blossom Trade Days Summer's End Extravaganza at the Artesia Center, September 21st and 22nd, 612 North 8th Street.
In need of a tow? Those don't have to be dirty words. At Lee County Roadside, they have been offering friendly and knowledgeable service for 20 years. From light to heavy duty, there's nothing they can't tow. And with 24-hour availability, there's no time they can't tow it. Don't make a bad day worse by choosing the wrong tow company. Lee County Roadside, the good guys to call in a bad situation. For 24-hour service, call 575-392-3223 or locate them at 7401 North Del Paso, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Like Lee County Roadside on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Saturday, September 14th at 6 p.m., the boxing event of the year. Canelo Alvarez versus Edward Berlanga. This fight will be shown live at Babe's Sports Page Restaurant and Bar. And it'll be shown on all 20 large screen TVs plus the Jumbotron. $10 cover charge, no reservation, open seating. First come, first serve. Don't miss out. Enjoy the fun, great food, full bar, and the coldest beer in town at Babe's. 5024 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, across from the Lee County Event Center.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning. Southeast New Mexico going down the 285, and it's already busy. A lot of traffic along the 285, with temperatures in Roswell at 99 degrees, 97 degrees in Carlsbad and Artesia. Hobbs and Lovington at our radio studios, 94 degrees this afternoon. Well, we'll move to 97 degrees tomorrow in Lovington, our studios, and 99 degrees in Carlsbad on your Friday. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
I want to wake America up.
Be in the Breakfast Club, broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer.
I got to keep wearing it, but don't tell them I didn't have it on when I walked in.
Is National Chocolate Milkshake Day. Let's celebrate.
I'm taking you out for Frosty Chocolate Milkshake. Go out for a round of Frosty Chocolate Milkshake.
Frosty Chocolate Milkshakes.
Alrighty. The sweet, creamy goodness of chocolate milkshakes.
Chocolate milkshake.
Showtime. And good morning to you. Another day in paradise. God bless America. God bless you this morning. Already 7 minutes after the hour, 6 o'clock. Question of the day this morning. Yeah, talk about wasting money. When it comes to finances, everybody controls their own finances. But when it comes to the question of the day, I am controlling the question of the day, and is the dumbest mistakes people make with money. I would love to hear from you. 877-396-W105. Tom, let's start with you. The dumbest mistake people make when it comes to financing.
They spend way too much going out and eating stuff.
Oh, he copied off of what I just said off air.
No, I do it all the time, but I've cut down on my buffets.
So on average, how much do you spend a week eating out?
I would say about $20
a week.
Yep.
A week.
Well, you got to find the good deals where they're selling.
Now that includes your sodas from McDonald's. You were back at McDonald's because I came in here and you had a drink sitting on the chair, not on the table, on the chair.
Right. So if it spills on the floor.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
Well, how about this? This would be a great concept.
What?
Put a lid on the drink.
And why are you setting it on an unstable surface?
And let me just say this much. There are not supposed to be any liquid in this building, in this room, without a lid on it. In fact, there is a tumbler rule. But I come in, it's sitting on the chair. I'm going, no wonder the chairs are, yeah.
They're not. And it wasn't soda pop. It was iced tea.
But you were back at McDonald's.
You still had to buy it from McDonald's.
This time with a shirt.
Yes.
This time you had a shirt on. Thank God for the little things. But, yeah, I think eating out is a big, one of my sons is trying to tell me that eating out is cheaper than cooking. And I'm like,
no, it ain't.
Mijo, no, it's not.
No.
It is not. Well, it's just two of us.
Well, he could argue with the price of food and whatnot.
But no.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to buy into that.
No.
So, anyway.
No, because getting you to take him out to eat.
Example, if you go buy a couple of steaks, and we're going that in, how much does it cost you to go out to eat steaks? What's the
$30.
What's the cheapest steak? Chicken fry.
No.
That's not a steak.
Well, even that's $15, right?
Right.
It's $11 you're talking $20 to $30.
Let's say $20 to $30
a person.
Yeah.
Right? Plus, you're at a restaurant, so you have to leave a tip.
Correct.
Right? So by the time you get out of there for two people,
that's $50. steak,
Minimum.
$50.
Right.
So
Plus
you can get 2 steaks for 30, good steaks for like $30.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's not really cheaper, but keep telling yourself
But you could
that.
probably get those same 2 steaks for, if it's just 2,
the grocery store,
like $20.
Right.
Right. And then you have enough for whatever the sides are and all that stuff.
We'll go to Monica last. Go ahead, Blake. What do you think the number one financial mistake that people make?
Not knowing what things cost.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a problem because they pitch how much your payment is and not how much you're paying and interest. And once you sit down to do the paperwork, it's really too late.
Right.
It's probably too late. Mine would be the biggest financial mistake people make is not putting enough money. And look, I'm guilty. I was raising 5 kids. I didn't save money.
Right.
But not putting enough money aside early on. And the way I try to tell my kids,
compound interest.
Put $50 a week away. $50 a week. Multiply $50 times 4 weeks or 52 weeks. Do the math on that and times that by 20, and you've got a hell of a nest egg. And if you invest that, then you've got a whole bunch more. Monica, number one way that people are wasting money nowadays.
I would say financing everything. And it kind of ties in with what you and Blake said.
Yeah.
Not saving to buy things cash. Because what I've learned, you spend so much money paying interest. And a lot of times it's more than what you've actually paid for the actual thing.
B, you got an interesting note, because if you do put away 10% of your salary every paycheck, kind of like tithing the church, then you'll have enough. At least a good
I think that
nest egg.
So have you done that?
No.
No, okay.
But another thing, me being a girl, I see a lot of things online, and I'm a sucker for purses.
Oh yeah, my wife. I guarantee you, it's a minimum of every 2 weeks. This is a hell of a deal.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, last night I was like, I need this umbrella.
Michael Kors, she's still waiting for her last purse, and that was like.
Is that the one that's caught up in Albuquerque?
Yeah, it's been in Albuquerque for since August 28th.
Oh wow.
But yeah. And she loves purses, and I don't deprive of her purses. Her latest she got a Tony Birch. Is that what's it called?
Tony Birch?
Yeah.
Is that with the little ducky on it?
No.
No. You're like 30 years behind.
Does she know about Consuela purses?
Probably. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Ask her.
I'm sure. I'm not a big fan. I'm like, whatever. Today is International Day of South Cooperation, whatever the hell that is. Milkshake Day. Day of Encouragement, National Hug and High Five Day, National Just One Human Family Day, Female Police Officers Day, Police Women Day, Report Medicare Fraud Day. I'm going to tell you, you can report Medicare fraud, but most of that is elderly people on Medicare. How about reporting some Medicaid fraud? Yeah, let's report one of the biggest scams out there is Medicaid. So, don't. Programmers Day and Video Games Day going on. Tim Walsh grateful that Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala Harris presidential campaign ahead of the 2024 election. This endorsement makes a lot of sense. Taylor previously wrote a song about blank spaces, and we do know Kamala has a lot of blank spaces. It's also no wonder that she's excited about the dude named Tim. After all, Taylor made her entire career choosing terrible men. So I'm not surprised at all this. Kamala Harris had a strategy for the first presidential debate: smirk whenever the former president Donald Trump said anything. And Halloween is not that far away. Everybody can assume that it was the witch's face. Now, Tom said that again this morning, repeated, Kamala Harris is a great prosecutor, and there's no way Donald Trump can beat her in a debate.
Well,
and
she's cool to him. You know that.
He would actually back away from doing another debate. He would just say, I'm not going to do it. I failed miserably, and I give up.
Let J.D. Vance take a shot at her boy.
That's already scheduled.
well, then let him tie up the series, and then. But Trump is arrogant. He bragged yesterday that he won the debate, and he didn't win.
Well, that goes both ways. I mean, you want somebody that is confident. Yes, I thought he lost the debate.
Yep.
But I hate to tell you, when it comes to independent voters, and we talked about this on Monday, he is not talking to the MAGA people. He's talking to the independent people. And guess what the independents said? That Kamala Harris came across as arrogant. I know, I'm sorry to talk about your girl like that, but she came across as arrogant and much the same as Biden.
Yes. That's what all the polling of the independents did.
So,
which shocked mainstream media folks.
Totally opposite of what you say. She is not a great debater. Trump took the bait, and I'm going to tell you why he took the bait is because this whole deal was a setup.
Sure.
She was setting him up, and he took the bait, and shame on him for taking the bait. But she is not a great debater.
No.
Tulsi Gabbard has schooled her. Multiple people have schooled her. And I think if you let Donald Trump off the chain, let him off the chain, let him be the attack dog he is.
Well, I agree with you on that.
Look, she spent a week with Hollywood folks and her election team.
Actress.
Going over every aspect of this. They told her how to act, how to hold her hands, but putting the whole hand on the chin thing, the faces to make. And she rehearsed her lines again and again so that she had them right no matter what the question was. And this is where I'm going to side with Tom. Being a litigator, it's like remembering your argument instead of having a note.
But you know how she speaks. She speaks in rhymes.
Like
she did not speak the way she spoke.
No.
And I think they were feeding her information, and she probably had the earpieces on.
Right.
Sorry. What the hell's up over here? Do you see this, Monica?
I do.
We need some Clorox in here. What the hell's with the grease all over here? Somebody's eating fried chicken?
What were you eating, Tom?
I wasn't eating nothing.
It was either you or Russ.
No. Look at this.
I don't need the studio.
Am I the only one that sees
there you
this?
Go, B.
No, I see it. I see the fingerprints.
I just cleaned
the
this.
Prints.
That was it.
It's nowhere else. It's not on this side.
No.
We've got some messy guys in here. So I'm doing my best to get these guys matching and whatnot.
So,
but I guess I need to work on their cleanliness. No, they're really clean, by the way.
So, yeah, sure. Frank, we're going to go to you in a second. Florida judge has made it official. Joe Jonas and Sophie Tucker are divorced and back on the market. And 21 million people viewed the NFL average game. 21 million people. By the way, that is a high for the record people watching the NFL. I don't watch the NFL. I know a lot of people that have not watched NFL, but evidently we are introducing new people to watching the NFL. That's all I know.
Or maybe people are just going back to watch.
Yeah, maybe. Morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from, Frank?
Oh, I'm calling from the field.
What's up?
Not much, sir. No, in my eyes, Trump came out the winner because I expected him to defend himself like he did. He could have done more, but he's shamed up because there was a lot of drama around that he was going to be called the bully, or that she was going to use the word I'm speaking now and stuff like that. So he restrained. But like at the third question that they asked him, he took his gloves off and tried to be professional and be himself. And it's hard to constrain yourself when you're dealing with an idiot on the other side. The idiot, like she went to Hollywood to get acting classes and stuff like that.
Yep.
She's still an idiot. She's still a liar.
It's very hard for Trump not to constrain himself and try. It's kind of like It's kind of like if you're eating, just stop listening for a second. It's like having diarrhea and having to pass gas. That's exactly what it is. You don't know what's going to happen, and we found out what's going to happen. It wasn't a good look for Donald Trump. So.
Correct. And the day before the debate, I called in and I said he was going to be set up. So it was 3-1, which I already knew it was going to happen because it's in their playbook. And then they tried to lie and deceive the public. So the public didn't learn anything about the idiot Kamala.
No, I mean, she said she was going to go back.
She's still the idiot.
Yep.
Yeah, she's still the idiot that she was with Biden. She's still ruling the country along with Biden. So we haven't learned anything new. Flip-flopping, crawfishing, and this and that. That's not going to help me with her shit, no. I'm sorry. He's not going to help me with her.
Yeah.
He's not going to
Frank,
help me with her.
her new name is Changlita. That's her new name.
Changlita, yeah.
Yes, that's her new name.
So
she is.
So she didn't. Yeah, la chancla. So she didn't move the needle nowhere because she's still the liar. She still deceives.
Yep.
And she makes up. She cross pitches on her policies and stuff. And I got a plan. Okay, well, back up your plan, man.
Yeah,
well, just tell us what it is.
Yeah, where's this plan been? Thank you, Frank. She said she was going to go back and talk about stuff, and she just never did.
Well, that was part of her plan.
That was part of the big plan. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes. They can press your clothes, start your clothes, keep you looking good. If you're in Carlsbad, 2 locations there, 609 West Lee, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and in Loving at 406 West Cedar. And besides that, they have coin-operated machines at all of their locations, so you can go in and take care of your own clothes if that's the way you want to go. Check them out today, North Star Laundry, Carlsbad, and, of course, in Loving. Quick check of the weather, calling for a high today, back in the 90s, 92, sunny skies, clear tonight, 65, 97 tomorrow. Saturday, we're up to about 96 and sunny skies, so we're back in the 90s, and they say by Monday it but back staying in the 90s. So we get a little cooler and then it goes away, and Mother Nature is on menopause. All right, 622. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at La Tienda. Find out more information. Make that Fenn's Country Market their parent company or sister company. Fenn's Country Market. Find these specials in the deli. Mesquite smoked turkey breast, $6.49 a pound. Cooked ham for $4.49 a pound, and roast beef for $11.99 a pound. Also, meat specials this week: smoked bacon, the Bar S smoked bacon, get it for $3.99 a pack. Bottom round roast, $5.99 a pound. You can also find boneless beef bottom round steak for $6.29 a pound. Coke products, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, all the varieties of Coca-Cola, 20-pack, 12-ounce cans, $9.99. Having a party this weekend. Bud Light, Coors Light, also Coors and Miller Lite, $16.99 for an 18-pack. And you can also find whole fryers for 99 cents a pound, spare ribs for $2.49 a pound, and New York strips for $5.99. Find it all in Artesia at Fenn's Country Market. Another day in paradise. We've got a story that's out of Hobbs this morning about a attempted kidnapping. I'll get to that up next, Tom.
All right. Trump obsessor tunes in. The whole world witnessed the madness. They're eating the dogs. Even after this, the gullible imbeciles will believe that the world sees Trump as a strong leader. Now, the demented buffoon humiliated America again, says Trump obsessor. Okay.
Well,
Wait.
That was totally conflicted.
Well, he is like all these other liberals that are trying to make fun of Donald Trump for telling the truth about what's going on.
They are in Springfield, Ohio, and I have another cut this morning. They are eating the dogs, the cats, the ducks, whatever, and it is part of a blood ritual.
There are police body cams that show them going out there doing it.
And for the city manager to out and out lie, that's just a lie. And the mayor's come out and the governor's come out. It is a out and out lie. All right, we're going to go to Jose up next, but hold on, because a Philadelphia man is in custody, charged with attempted kidnapping after a witness saw him dragging a woman in the parking lot at the Home Depot in Hobbs. Witnesses heard the victim screaming and ran over to assist. The man fled the area. The police were able to locate the man, identified as 41-year-old Baran Chahe, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at a hotel nearby, according to Hobbs PD. By the way, they did say the man followed the woman around the store and out of the parking lot, exposed his genitals, and then, then attempted to kidnap her. He's been charged with a felony, kidnapping, and third-degree felony, and indecent exposure, which, of course, is a misdemeanor. If you have more information, if you were a witness, please get in touch with Lee County Crime Stoppers for more information. And a man receives a life sentence for 2 murders. The judge yesterday in Albuquerque sentenced this man to 1 life sentence for 2 murders. Casper Rickards spent a minimum of 30 years in prison for the 2 murders. You know, to me, life sentence means life sentence.
Right.
Should not have a chance of parole. That's just me. And a 17-year-old, sad story, dead in Odessa. Wednesday evening this happened. Odessa police responded to what they said was a crash in Yoakum and Andrews Highway. According to the Odessa Police Department, 17-year-old passenger was killed at the scene. And when it comes to Donald Trump and the undecided voter, we discovered yesterday it was not a failed debate. Undecided voters backed Trump 2-1 after the debate, and his polling numbers are polling upward, not downward.
Well, and this isn't some weird survey either. That's all the major news outlets, and they can't fathom how that happened.
No, they're looking at it and going, even the polling, CNN, the guy was scratching his head going, how the hell could this happen?
Right, because
I didn't believe her.
Kamala won the debate. You know, that's what they're saying. And we said that yesterday.
Yeah.
Because she did. I mean, she took all of her week long of preparations and theatrics and memorizing her lines and doing all that. So, you know, all of her snappy one-liners.
All that worked.
But, you know, I want to equate it to one thing. Let's go back to remember the whole thing about the 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. phone call. Right? If she was in the White House and got that phone call, that emergency, she wouldn't have a week to prepare how her answer's going to be.
Absolutely not. I agree.
No. You're going to have to be on the spot, and
we haven't seen anything about that.
You know, I like what one gentleman on Fox News said. I don't know his name by memory. I just don't remember it. But he said, you know, the people, not so much that Trump lost, Kamala won, whatever. The American people, and like you keep referring to the undecided voters, Kevin, they lost because they still are unaware of where Trump stands. Well, I mean, most of us know where Trump stands, but what he's going to do different as far as like when he takes office, what he's going to fix and whatnot, because he had to spend so much of his debate time kind of arguing.
Well, and no one knows where she really stands.
Yeah, I think it's more about her not knowing where she stands because he's done 36 press conferences.
Mm-hmm.
He's done many rallies. How many rallies has she done?
She has to pump them in.
Well, her husband does them for her.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. 60 million people did watch, 60 million Americans watched the debate. They've got that down. And Kamala Harris talked about not one U.S. troop member was injured in a war zone around the world. That is out and out lie.
She got 13 of them killed.
Yeah, well, that is correct. But we do remember the Houthis dropping bombs. How many of Americans were injured?
Yep.
Right.
That was just a little while back. All right, we're going to take
going on today.
Yeah, a life in prison sentence. Guy in Midland. We'll get to that. And Mexican immigration officials actually selling visas in America. We'll get to that next. Morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
Doing good, man. Calling out of Carlsbad. I just had a quick comment on the debate format.
Yep.
My thought is, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's 2024. So why aren't they able to just fact check these people on the spot during the debate? And I mean, they have screens, pull up the facts. As soon as they lie, pull it up.
Yeah.
Pull up what they actually said. Pull up what the actual policy is instead of this he said, she said. I mean, it really doesn't make much sense to me.
The problem is with fact checkers, it depends who the fact checkers are.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like if you're on YouTube TikTok. I got kicked off of TikTok. I'm off of YouTube. And for YouTube, this show was kicked off of YouTube because I played the cut from the CEO of Pfizer talking about there were no human testing done with the COVID vaccine. I didn't say it. The CEO of Pfizer said it. And for that, they kicked me off.
Wow.
Lifetime ban.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Lifetime. Oh, that's
Yeah. And
well,
so,
thanks, guys.
yeah.
Well, and I agree with you that the
I
fact
do
checkers
too.
need to be done, but the moderators don't need to be
No,
doing
the
it.
moderators. And if we had fair fact checking, that would be fine. But man, these people are evil. They really are. Hey, I appreciate you. Like I said, be in the Breakfast Club on Facebook.
They don't like the national anthem either.
2.8 million people. And I should be making bank. But because of the content, they find dumb rules and say, well, we're not going to monetize that because you put music in the background that's licensed music.
We have the license to play it.
The whole thing. Midland man spent the rest of his life in prison after murdering his ex-girlfriend, according to the Midland County Attorney General, make that district attorney, Laura Nodoff, 32-year-old, Raven Robert Rodriguez. Please do not name your son Raven. Was sentenced to prison, possibly without the possibility of parole. He will do life in prison. And Rodriguez was charged with the 2023 capital murder of his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, that he murdered. So he's going away for life. What do you think the percentage of kids that are in New Mexico welfare system experiencing abuse and neglect?
Tom?
It's just pretty high.
I'd say at least 40.
60%. I'm saying 60.
So if we go by those numbers, it's actually not that bad, 13%, but 13% is
way too high.
Way too high.
That's of just the kids that are on welfare?
Yeah. So
that are in the CYFD system.
Yeah, we know New Mexico has some of the worst scores for child well-being, and the rates for kids that are in the system reflect just that. We remember the child CYFD worker that was actually housing kids at his house so they could smoke weed with him and stuff.
Well, we had Randy Pettigrew on here that was talking about how they're being housed in all the offices.
Right.
Yeah. That's been going on. That's been going on for years.
And so how closely are they monitored?
Yeah, they're not. All right, Joy Bayhour, very upset on The View that Chris Christie would not endorse Kamala Harris. He said he's not voting for anybody. He's going to sit out.
Good for him.
Yeah.
He can go to the buffet.
And the Attorney General of New Mexico urging federal lawmakers to require social media warning labels. So Raul Torres joined 41 colleagues sending a letter to Congress saying there should be a warning label on social media. My thoughts on this, I'll let you guys touch on it, is that parents need to be, we do not need the federal government giving us direction on everything. This is how we've got ourselves in this situation where the government's got to be in our business and you can't even spank your kid anymore because you put the government in your business. Tell the government to mind their own business. I will raise my kid. And if I don't want my kid on social media, it is my job as a parent to say, you're not going to be on social media.
Amen. Amen and amen.
So if you want a fascist or communist country, then you want the government to control how parents deal with their children.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And law enforcement officials pushing to change the DWI blood policy in New Mexico. I think this would be a plus because sometimes the breathalyzers have issues and need to be calibrated and so on and so forth. But officials with the New Mexico State Police and Department of Public Safety went before the Courts and Corrections and Justice Committee yesterday saying the current law is handicapping prosecutors when they go to trial for DWI. Going Doing the blood draw, I think, would be a better, or doing both. Doing both and doing the blood draw as a backup.
Defense attorneys will always tell you if they want you to take a breathalyzer, take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that makes their defense
we can defeat that.
Yeah.
All right, 6:35, we are B and the Breakfast Club morning show this morning being brought to you by Janko Janitorial. Find them in Artesia. They're all over southeast New Mexico, delivering products to clean. They have commercial grade cleaning supplies. If you need them, get in touch with our friend Amber this morning. They also do all the cleaning for you. Yes, they can clean office buildings. They can clean your office. They can also go to industrial and oil field sites and clean. Their employees are certified and they are well trained. Call Amber this morning. You need cleaning supplies or you need them to do the cleaning. 575-703-1869 or go to the website jankojanitorial.com. Tom?
All right, Leroy's chiming in on the question of the day. What's the dumbest thing mistakes people make with their finances? Leroy says, nobody cares about finances where we live around here. Just go drive around, and you'll see these guys with $100,000 trucks parked in the front yard of an $80,000 house that's run down. It looks like trash. They don't even have grass. They don't care about finances, says this texter. You might be right. And you guys, the name of a murderer, yet you should always say the name of the victim, too, says this texter.
No.
No.
Not always. No.
Especially with rape victims. We don't ever do that.
No, you shouldn't name the victim. If you were a family member of a victim, would you like to hear the name of that victim on the radio for the very first time and know that that happened? Or worse, what if you were the victim of, and it doesn't matter if you're male or female, say you're the victim of rape. Do you want that broadcast on the radio that you were a victim of that?
No, that's tough.
And come on, guys, this texter is saying, come on, guys, she may have won the debate, but the American people are not dumb. That's why the polls favor Trump, says the texter.
I don't think we said any different.
Well, the
Another
American
one
populace
said,
is dumb.
Good morning. Buenos dias, everybody. What if the Trump team used this debate to show us all her true color? I mean, let her be herself and use it against her.
Except she wasn't herself.
And Jeff from the Patch is chiming in on the question of the day. The biggest mistake we make with our finances, he says, not having an emergency fund.
Yeah, no doubt. That's very, very important.
Look, people make a lot of mistakes.
Well, and I think we should live our life. Look, when immigrants come to this country, they sacrifice to get, I would see the Vietnamese living in buying a store and living in a store.
Yep, in the back.
In the back of the store and working that store, 13, 14 hours a day and doing it 7 days a week to sacrifice. I would see the Vietnamese buy one trailer and there'd be 8 families in there.
Right.
No, I'm not joking. There'd be like 8 families in there, and then they would get one shrimp boat. And then they would pay that one off, get another shrimp boat,
bigger one,
and then another shrimp boat, and they would do the same thing with housing until everybody had their own place in their own shrimp boat, and that's how they were able to take over the shrimping industry and all along the Gulf Coast.
Smart.
Yeah, and I see the same thing with other groups of it, and so maybe we ought to live like that a little bit. I'm not saying move in with your mom and dad or anything, but
no, but
more like. In our area, it's nail salons. You've got Vietnamese that bring in their family. They all live together in one house, and they
it's not just Vietnamese.
No.
It's a lot of the different Asian cultures.
It's a lot of the Asian cultures.
But
most families that own restaurants do the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of those facilities, nail salons, donut shop, there is a criminal aspect. Not all of them. But there's also a criminal aspect surrounded by that because the syndicates loan you the money and send you here, and you work to pay the syndicates.
Oh, wow.
And then if you don't pay them every month, they kill your family.
Oh, wow.
That happens too.
Yeah. The triads are not.
But the work ethic part of it.
Oh, the work ethic is just Yeah, crazy. All right, going back to Ohio, the governor of Ohio, Governor DeWitt, announced health care and public safety support for Springfield, Ohio. If there wasn't a problem, then why are you sending all these services?
Yeah.
By the way, the videos don't lie. The videos do not lie.
No, like you said, chest cams from police officers.
They just do not lie. City council meetings.
The lady
do not
was
lie.
pulling it out of her teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Jack Smith should move to make Trump give up his passport, an ex-prosecutor said. Yesterday, Donald Trump said something, supposedly, that if he doesn't win this race, he's leaving the country.
Yeah.
And I did not hear that. But
that's one of the dumbest things I've heard.
Yeah. Randall Ellison is a former prosecutor. He said that Trump should have to give up his passport. So let's say he leaves the country. You're going to prosecute him on ridiculous charges to begin with, the 34 felony charges that we know will never stand up in the appeals court. It just won't.
No. I mean, that is just stupid.
That's-
Why? Look, he's got things all over the world. He's going to travel to his properties and things all over the world.
Yeah.
But he lives in America.
Yeah.
And he loves America.
Yeah, no doubt. Guy straps a fake bomb onto his car to keep the company from repoing his company. 45-year-old man in Michigan was arrested strapping that fake bomb onto the car and put a sign on the windshield, don't move the car, it will blow up. He is facing felony charges presenting a device as an explosive. Could go to jail for 5 years.
Oh, man. Did he cut up a broomstick and paint them red?
Yeah. Yeah. So the 45-year-old in Michigan arrested for strapping on a fake bomb and rigging it supposedly with 2 propane tanks. Everybody was quite upset in the neighborhood. That blew up in his face. That blew up in his face. It really did.
Where's the rim shot?
So, all right, let's check the oil before we get into the tweet of the day. Oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers and Cud Energy Services. Together, they are hiring. They have a position called the Service Supervisor in Training program, and they are looking for folks, candidates. You must have a CDL, and they're looking for diesel mechanics, electric technicians. They're looking for equipment operators and experienced pressure pump hands. Excellent salary, excellent benefits, and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. They also offer housing if you need it. Apply today by texting Oilfield to 63566 or greatoilfieldjobs.com. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer.
West Texas Intermediate, $68.33, $71.57 for Brent crude, and the price of natural gas is $2.28.
Caitlin Clark comes out and make a recommendation that all Americans should. She liked the Taylor Swift post. And then she said, like Taylor said, I think all Americans should register to vote. Now, that doesn't mean that she endorsed Kamala Harris.
Right.
She did not endorse. There are many people in the WNBA that endorse Kamala Harris.
Oh, sure.
We know that her boyfriend is a big Trump supporter.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't back in her, but she said we should all vote, get registered,
whose boyfriend?
and vote.
Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
She has a
She's from
boyfriend.
Iowa. She should vote for Trump.
Fancy. That's good to hear.
So,
I'm glad she
but
has
you know,
a
I think that's a
boyfriend.
good thing that people are saying get out and vote. Thoughts and prayers for everybody in Louisiana. I was discussing with my sister late last night. They got 36 inches of rain and like a 24-hour period, and the rain just kept coming up. And they don't flood because they have good irrigation. When I talk about good irrigation, and there's somewhere usually to put the water, but they got all that rain, so they're without electricity. She said, Mama is good, everything is good, but they're probably going to have no electricity because they can't get out. She just sent me a message, 6:33. The water is coming down. David is going to his mom's house. That's my brother-in-law to check on his mom's house, but his mom is with them. She's got pneumonia. So not good weather for pneumonia.
No.
All right, we're going to talk about Mexican officials are these folks are in big trouble. You can't sell visas in America. That's not your job.
That doesn't happen.
No, of course it doesn't. All right, thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, dependable, boom or bust. They are there delivering in the patch on off-road. It really doesn't matter. Love to chat with you if you need unleaded, DEF value, interstate battery, or more. WakefieldOil.com for more information. Thought of the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is it's September. Go ahead, put up your Christmas tree. It's my thought for the day. Tom completed the text if you got them.
Oil haulers shut in. Okay, $50 for two people at a restaurant, but your plate comes with sides and everything you need. Plus, you don't have to cook and clean. How much is it to buy all the ingredients plus cook and clean and dish soap? So it's cheaper to go
About
out
half.
and faster, says the text.
No, it's about half.
Yeah, I would think it's about half, yeah.
Now, if you want to put in actually cooking and cleaning, that's a different issue. That's not
Paper
about
plates.
cost. That's not about cost.
And I will say, when we are in the Philippines, we go out to eat every day. Sometimes the wife will order me food for lunch, and depending on her schedule, I mean, I don't want to get into, they play that game, Mahjong. You know what I'm talking about? With
the tiles.
Yeah. And I don't want to get into her gambling schedule or addiction, is what I
And
call
they're
it.
fast. That moves.
So
Oh, wow.
every day they'll play for, like 6-7 hours.
Wow.
But the point of all that is that we'll go out to eat, but it'll cost us $5 a day.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Wow.
Living in paradise.
yeah, I mean, that's.
Someone text, who is winning the election? What is the percentage? And I looked that up for you. According to The Economist, Harris leads 49.2% and Trump 46.7%.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, I think those numbers are flipping, though.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what poll.
Correct.
And
This is The Economist.
Look, it doesn't matter till votes are being cast.
Yeah, the poll, I would think they have picked a winner.
You need to
Rasmussen.
go vote.
Yeah, go out and vote. That will make the difference. We got to get to the and let me just say before I get to the tweet of the day. Everybody raises their kids a little different. I would want my kids to hear this message, and I'm going to tell you why. I want my kids to know that there is evil out there. I want my kids to know the real world. I don't want to protect them from evil, because when evil comes a calling, I want them to be prepared. But that's my philosophy.
Well, you want to protect them, but you want them to be aware.
Yeah. So if your philosophy is different, the tweet of the day is about abortion, and it is pretty graphic because they go into detail. So I'm just giving you a warning. I'm going to do that coming up right now. So that's just a warning. Raise your kids whatever way. I'm not the government, and I don't want to get in the middle on how you raise your kids, but it is fairly graphic about how, and it is not gory,
no,
but it is graphic on how they
Medical
detail,
details.
how they
perform
the abortion. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Platinum Auto Services in Carlsbad. Professional mechanics on duty. Look, these guys are great at what they do. They offer great customer service, and they get the job done, and they do everything from the small things like oil changes. You need oil changes to keep your engine running clean and efficient. But they do window tinting, AC service. They can give your car an alignment, make sure that it extends the life of your tires. They've got all the accessories you need. More importantly, they do diagnostic work to find out what the problem is quickly, and they identify the problem and they fix that issue. Their guys are all ASE certified, skilled, and experienced. They use quality parts. You can find them in Carlsbad. Find them in Carlsbad at 606 South Canal in Carlsbad. Give them a call, 575-689-6900. My dad used to say, finding a good mechanic is like finding a good woman. Once you find them, you hold on to them. So that is my thought at the end of that. But the tweet of the day, like I said, This is graphic. And some of you might say, Kevin, why would you play this? Why would you play it? Because there are people out there lying about late-term abortions.
Correct.
This happened during the debate with ABC, saying it was not legal. And we know it happens in New Mexico. We know it happens in New Mexico. Late-term abortions happen in New Mexico. We are a tourist spot for abortions. People coming to New Mexico, not to come to some of the beautiful sites, but to have abortions. And your tax dollars are paying for them to come here. We are also giving them vouchers for hotel stays and for travel expenses. We're paying for this, which I think should be unconstitutional.
And the girl moderator, whatever her name was,
Lindsay Davis,
that doesn't happen in any state.
So I wanted to, here we go again. I wanted to debunk the fact.
Good thing we're close to a break.
I want to debunk the fact that this actually happens. This actually happens. So this is in Maryland. The young lady calls. She says that she's 34 weeks. 34 weeks pregnant. My baby boys, my twins, were born at, I want to say, 29 weeks.
So they're preemies.
They were preemies. And so I want you to listen to this. If you don't want your kids to listen, I completely understand. That's why I'm giving you the warning.
Care Clinic in Bethesda, Maryland.
Thank you for calling Care. How can I help you?
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now. I am in a pretty desperate situation. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. We do some basic lab work on you and start to dilate your cervix. After that, we do what we call the fetal injection. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then on that 4th day, depending on how your cervix is dilated, we'll break your water, and then we'll give you a medication called misoprostol. Misoprostol will sort of induce contraction and increase the dilation of your cervix. You're going to have contractions and cramping, and then we'll assist you in sort of pushing in the induction and then remove all of the products of conception. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping and a lot of pressure, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time.
And let me just say, these same people are complaining that when you put an inmate to death, that he's feeling it. But the baby is not going to feel it. That's evil.
Well, and the thing is the people on that side are going to get upset that now there's proof. Right? They want to hide in the shadows. They want to lie that they don't do this.
Right.
And then, oh yeah, we do it all the time.
And this is
how
why
dare you record me?
I think it is so important that we do play stuff like this.
Absolutely.
To get the message out.
Well, and they gave her a shot of fentanyl too. If you
that's what it said. They'll give her a shot.
Yeah, but fentanyl is actually used.
Fentanyl
in
is a medical. It is a medical. You know, they've given me fentanyl for a while. They had me on fentanyl patches.
You know, and there's some dietary aids that have fentanyl in them. You know, it's a speed.
So, sad story in America, but it is true. And for Trump to say it, and by the way, I do have the video, and I didn't record it in today, but I do have the video of the governor from Virginia that they were talking about. And he was talking about, I have no problem with this. All right, 877-396-W105. Tom, I want to apologize. It's not you eating chicken over here. It's that I put coconut oil on this morning. See? I'm oily again.
Oh.
Yeah. I put coconut oil. Look, I'm oily.
Coconut oil, huh?
Coconut oil every day when I come back to New Mexico, because it just no humidity, just
it dries the bone.
Man, it's crazy.
Do you rub your bald head with that too, Kevin?
No.
Because it looks pretty shiny.
No, that I shave.
Y'all, I just want to say, sitting by Kevin for the last couple of days, I'm able to stare at him from the side.
That's not good.
And his skin is great, you guys. It is absolutely great.
I'm not what's that called? Exfoliating?
You do exfoliate?
No.
No? I was actually shocked. Sometimes I'm looking at his eyes and the corner of his eye. Oh, he's turning red. He has great skin. You have great skin, Kevin.
Most of the time, the first thing women tell me is my eyelashes. They go, oh, my God, you got great eyelashes.
Nah, I'll disagree.
I'm like, my eyelashes, because my eyelashes are long.
Oh, God.
I don't know how
what do you think, Tom?
You better not have we listening to you. She's going to get jealous.
Tom,
no, I'll tell whatever
you,
you're feeding your man or whatever you're encouraging him to do to his face, it
Tom?
looks great.
And I'm going to tell you what.
Notice?
Let me tell you what the key to that is.
What?
Protein and collagen.
A ver, tú, ven pa acá.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me look at your
protein.
Well, first of all, I'm going to take you to one of these nail salons. We're going to get your eyebrows plugged.
Well,
eyebrows fixed.
I was shaving my eyebrows last night with my little shaver. Right?
Shaving my eyebrows
because they were sticking out. Too much gray was sticking out. So
too much gray was sticking out.
So, do you trim the hair in your ears?
Yes.
No.
I got one of those nose trimmers. And I poke it in my ear.
Use those either.
You ought to get that last makeup mirror and check that out. Yeah. Looks like Mexican immigration officials allegedly selling humanitarian visas to migrants for a profit. Now, are they selling Mexican visas? No, American visas. They were arrested yesterday. Congratulations. Albuquerque police have arrested a 24-year-old Andrew Johns accused of killing Andrew Flores. In Albuquerque, police say they were called to report that he and his friend got into a fight while the pair were riding all-terrain vehicles. And according to the criminal complaint, Johns told the police that the two got into an argument. Flores attacked him with a plastic pole, and he said that he then retrieved his firearm from his vehicle and shot Flores in the head. Dollar Tree in Indiana struggling with people peeing on candles. Why would somebody pee on candles? Is this some kind of strange ritual?
Sounds like it.
I don't even know.
Are people like high that they want to go into Dollar Tree and pee on candles? I didn't even know that Dollar Tree sold candles.
Mm-hmm.
They sell them
because they charge upwards of $1 for things.
Yeah, they kind of tripped over it because it smells like pee.
They got their Christmas stuff already out. You know that?
Somebody then realized that it was actually pee. And it was reported, and one of the girls said she actually got pee all over her when she picked up the candle. Wow. So people going in and peeing on the candles.
Well, maybe it could be like some young kids playing a joke because they know people are going to open up the candles to smell them.
Yeah.
They want them to smell.
That's the first thing.
Urine.
So... First thing I notice, my wife does this, and I've seen do you smell like the detergent before you buy it?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never done that. All right, Blake, your friend, Representative Stansbury, bringing out Project 2025. This is so funny. I would like Republicans actually to play games and put something out and act like they are endorsing it without endorsing it, just so the Democrats will bite on this. Listen to what she had to say. They tried to enter Project 2025 into the congressional records.
Of course.
And the Republicans are like, no. I mean, number one, it's available to everybody online. Here's what this makes New Mexico look very stupid. And she's hanging around with AOC.
I hope people will take note of that. I've never seen that before. And we had multiple members object to putting Project 2025 in the record today. And what's shocking about that, truly shocking, is first of all, it doesn't even have to be in the record, you guys. It's online. You can just Google it. It's right here. And if you read it, AOC actually read from page 61 of this report, which was written by Donald Trump's OMB director, the section on CEQ.
So was it Donald Trump that read it?
Nope.
By the way, that's Donald Trump's former director of OMB, not his current director of OMB. Crazy. By the way, they also debunked it. You're not going to believe this. CNN debunked it. CNN, of all people, debunked Project 2025 having ties to Trump. After at the DNC, multiple people talked about Trump. This is Trump's policy.
Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware about Project 2025 and former President Trump.
He has, with his friends, said the quiet parts out loud, but not only said them out loud, he wrote a book about it. What's it called? Project 2025.
A book.
That is false. Trump did not write Project 2025. The project's big policy document published by the Heritage Foundation think tank lists dozens of people as authors, editors, contributors. Donald Trump is not among them.
By the way, you're stupid because it's not a book. It's not a book.
Never let the truth get in the way of their story.
Yes.
By the way, I misspoke about fentanyl. It's an opioid.
Yeah, it is opioid.
And they use it for pain relief.
Right, pain relief. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's why
I said speed because I was thinking of a different fen-phen, which is a dietary aid.
Yeah. Fentanyl has been around many, many years.
Yep.
Like I said, they gave me fentanyl patches for pain.
And it's used medically.
Medically, yes. And it's still used in hospitals. Correct. Georgia shooter, the body cam. Have you seen the video of this?
I haven't seen
And then
that
I'll
one.
take a break.
No.
I've
seen some, but I don't think I've
the
seen the one
father
you're talking about.
is, well, let me get my son a gun so I can man him up a little bit. He's kind of acting like a sissy boy. If I get him AR-15, that'll do it.
Yeah, no.
After the police go to your house and talk about him talking about shooting up a school. So here's this goober, because that's what we call him back home.
Yep.
Goober. He's a Georgia goober. Here's what the Georgia goober had to say.
I know, and I'm telling you right now, we talk about it quite a bit. All the school shootings, things that happen.
Yeah,
scary. Hey, are you getting picked on at school? He is. He's getting picked on at school. They're good dudes. Just they're told.
Hey, Colt, what's going on, bud?
Here's the son. They bring the son
Did
out.
your dad kind of explain everything to you?
Said something about shooting up a school.
Did you say something about school shooting?
Never. I just told him, I don't know what. Maybe they misheard somebody else. I would never say I would threaten them to shoot me.
You never ever said.
No, I swear.
I'd hate to. My boss was even like, I don't know how old this information is, and if you want to wait till Monday to follow up, I was like, nah, I'd rather do it now because.
So would we.
Because God forbid something happened and I didn't do my job, I'd feel pretty bad about that. Take it at your word, and I hope you're being honest with me. I'm not saying you're lying, but it's a serious thing. It's not unusual for people to lie to police.
By the way, this is May of 2023, and the dad for Christmas says, I'm getting my son an AR.
After that encounter.
Yes, after that encounter, dad says, I'm getting my kid an AR because he's acting like a little sissy boy sometimes.
He should be charged.
And he's been charged. And by the way, the mother has come out. I'll do that story in the next break where she came out and she's like, my son is not an animal. My son is not a monster.
It was that day.
We can debate that at another point.
That depends on your definition.
All right, we're going to get to the text coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway, 575-631-5099. Get in touch with Jamal today. They've got the 10th annual diesel races coming up, and no prep shootout. And this is small tire, street diesel, true street, daily driver, the tailgate, run what you brung it, and more, October 4th and 5th, both days at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. Check them out today. You can follow them Keep up with what's going on. Hobbs Airfield Speedway, Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok.
Hi, this text says, Blake is a Democrat. He says whatever he wants. It doesn't matter if it's true. Fentanyl is a painkiller, not a genius.
He just admitted, and I don't get, Blake corrects himself. You don't have to. You can skip that one.
Correct.
He's already corrected himself.
But the texter wanted to chime in on that. And by the way, Jason from the Patch, did B just become Queen Bee? Laugh out loud, says the text.
Referring to the coconut oil.
Yeah.
No, I don't like itchy, dry skin. So after I take a shower, I put on coconut oil.
I get
Tom
that.
uses pork fat or beef tallow.
Yeah, Big O, he uses manteca. Manteca on manteca.
Look, get you a pack of pork chops, put them in the freezer, and then use your air filter to
manteca.
Which air filter?
Use your air filter.
Which one?
In the car?
The one on your car, or the one in your air conditioner, or the one where? Which
My air
one?
filter.
Which one?
Ones you cook with.
You
never
don't-
had an air filter before?
You don't cook with an air filter.
It's called an air fryer. Now just
Hey,
get to it.
Tom.
I'm already at 7:06. Get to say the right thing, do the right thing, and move on.
Tom, skip the ones that referred to abortion because I feel like there might be some kids listening. Original Tom Hater said, question for Monica. How many times has Tom A. crop dusted you?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm feeling it today.
Move that
Are
way.
you? Because of the manteca comment?
You got closer to move that way.
So there you go, B.
I get 2.
The
Damn.
biggest mistake we make with our finances on the question of the day is pay and taxes. That's Texas Tower Dog.
I'm
Chime
not
in
going to
on that.
debate you on that one because our money is being totally wasted, spent on transgender studies in Libya or wherever the hell it is this week. Check out the weather this morning being brought to you by Randy Pettigrew. He is, of course, District 61 representative. That's your rep. You got a good one. Randy continuously fighting this governor and the progressives in Santa Fe to protect New Mexico, protect our way of life in southeast New Mexico. So we are different animals in southeast New Mexico, protecting that Constitution, not only the U.S. Constitution, but the New Mexico Constitution. Randy Pettigrew protecting the oil and gas industry. Need more information about Randy? Just go to the website, randallpettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. 88 the high today, sunny skies, 60 tonight, 92 tomorrow. We're going to be closer to 100 by the weekend. It's going to be extremely warm weather. I've got a lot of sound bites coming up, some of the stuff that we will talk about in the next break. We've got to talk about, well, if I could get to it. I've got too many windows open. This is very confusing for me.
I know that.
I've got 2 Googles open at the same time. We'll talk about Dr. Phil talking to behavioral experts about the debate and the CNN post-debate town hall, some surprising things. And from Springfield, Ohio, the city council meeting, guy gets up and talks, and Biden wears the MAGA hat yesterday.
Yep.
I will get to all of that coming up in just a second.
He's now a Trump supporter.
Unbelievable. That whole thing was unbelievable. He was supposed to be out politicking for Kamala Harris and puts on the MAGA hat.
And smiles.
Yeah. He was like, I'll get you back, biatch. Yeah. All right, 877-396-W105. We'll come back, get to the text line. We're going to get you qualified for the trip we're giving away to go see the Cowboys and the Eagles. News this morning being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Largest selection of RVs in southeast New Mexico. They have 2 lots in Roswell, lots of fifth wheels, toy haulers, ultralights, and more. Living in a hotel, working in the oil field, getting that per diem, put that money towards a fifth wheel. Use the company's money to pay off your fifth wheel, and at the end of the day, it is yours. Go to the website, maintrailersalesinc.com. 70 years in the business. They've got lots of experience, and they give great customer service. 575-622-1751. We're coming right back. Tom is going to be busy. He's answering calls. You ready? Set.
Yes.
Here we go.
The only thing matters is a win. That's it. However, whatever it takes. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
Call in at 877-396-9105.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovard. A student at the Roswell Job Corps Center, Rudolph Mesa, 23 of Silver City, has been charged with 1 count each of attempted criminal sexual penetration in the 2nd degree of a child and criminal sexual contact of a minor in the 4th degree. A criminal complaint filed in Chavez County Magistrate Court against Mesa alleges he groped a 17-year-old fellow student and then tried to force her to perform sexual acts on him. Police obtained surveillance video from the area which showed Mesa taking the victim by the wrist and leading her around the corner behind the patio area. No cameras were in the area where the incident occurred, but the video did show the victim running from around the corner, hiding behind the witnesses, and showed Mesa walking away from the area while adjusting his waistband. Magistrate James Mason set Mesa's bond at $25,000. He also ordered that Mesa not come within 1,000 feet of the victim or any witnesses in the case. Mesa remains housed at the Chavez County Detention Center. And around 300 volunteers are paying tribute to the victims of 9/11 through community service projects in Eunice and Hobbs as part of Urenco USA's 16th annual 9/11 Day of Service. On Saturday, more than 70 volunteers from Urenco USA were on hand to repair, paint, and update the landscaping at a Habitat for Humanity home in Hobbs, the first of 14 being prepared for new occupants in the area near Mills Elementary School. Urenco USA's September volunteer work also includes new furniture and fresh paint at Isaiah's Kitchen, which provides meals to those in need in Lee County, and improving the qualifying range for the Eunice Police Department with shade covers. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Looking for a job where you can be a part of something super? Join the Mighty Wash team today. They're hiring for all positions, and you could be their next superhero in action. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, there's a place for you with Mighty Wash.
With a starting pay of $14.50 an hour, you'll be part of a family-oriented team that's always growing. Ready to make a splash in your career? Apply now and unleash your inner hero at Mighty Wash. Apply at mymightywash.com/careers or call 806-701-5830 to inquire.
Mighty Wash. Get that personal touch every time.
We're revving up the winnings at Casino Apache this September. Play with your Apache Spirit Club card every Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday to enter. On Sunday, September 29th, we'll draw 10 lucky winners at 2 p.m. 9 will walk away with up to $2,000 cash, and 1 will drive off in a new 2023 Ford Ranger. Rev up the winnings at Casino Apache. Must be 21 or older. Visit CasinoApacheTravelCenter.com or see Apache Spirit Club for details.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Report is brought to you by Lovington Wellness Center, enhancing lives by improving the quality of life.
Join the Lovington Wellness Center family. More than a gym, it's a community where goals are achieved and exceeded. They offer all-inclusive memberships for families, first responders, and senior citizens at competitive prices. Visit them today and join a cycling class, grab a smoothie, or take a walk on the indoor track. Whatever your goals are, they can help you achieve them at the Lovington Wellness Center, 1625 North Main in Lovington.
Blake Ovard, MTD Radio here, talking to Lovington head football coach Josh Bailey. Coach, your team is 3-0 now. It was kind of a barn burner, as you described it in Carlsbad. What are you proud of from your guys, and what do you still have to work on?
Yeah, Blake, it was awesome. I honestly couldn't be more proud of the guys that were on the field Friday night. We couldn't ask any more out of them. They were going and going and going. We had a lot of guys get injured and come out of the game, and so guys had to step up, and there was not very much opportunity for anybody to get a breather at the end of that game, and they just kept on going and kept on going. So I couldn't be more proud of those guys. Ultimately, what we need to do is we got to find some depth and some help on those guys at the top. Going to push some of our younger cats to really jump on the bandwagon and bring the same kind of effort that we're getting from our older guys.
And y'all are playing Roswell this week, right?
Yes, sir. One of the best teams in the state of New Mexico. But I think we'll be up for it, and I hope our guys, just bring that same kind of effort and fearlessness that they've brought the first 3 weeks.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Report was brought to you by Lovington Wellness Center, 1625 North Main in Lovington.
Now, back to the show. Back on the chain, yeah.
Bee and the Breakfast Club. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
The basket of deplorables.
Hey kids, now that you realize how much less anxiety you have with a flip phone, come see what other electronics improve your life at Worst Buy. Unlike Best Buy, we only carry stuff discontinued decades ago, like 8-track tapes,
Think Spotify, minus the annoying monthly fee.
VHS tapes,
It looks like a book, it feels like a book, but it's really a movie.
pagers,
Somebody wants you, but you don't know who, or why, or have a way to call them back.
and the Walkman.
You want to listen to a song again? You better time it right, Mr. Rewind Finger. Totally okay.
Worst Buy. Electronics simplified.
I'm just
Also
saying,
known as Goodwill.
it was an easier time. It was definitely an easier time back in the day without all these electronics. Definitely was. Morning show this morning being brought to you by WWRV, 3 RV Parks in Carlsbad. Check them out today on the web at WWRV3.com or call 988-0392. 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps available with every hookup, all your utilities included. Then that does include your high-speed internet. They are pet-friendly and very well lit up. WWRV3.com. Brand new survey out there finds that 2/3 of American millionaires, Tom, I think they surveyed you, 2/3 of American millionaires don't consider themselves wealthy. Look, I get it. Make one trip to the grocery store.
Right.
And you lose half your net worth. I don't care if you're a millionaire. 87% of high net worth individuals say they expect their to be financially prepared for retirement. Look, if you're a millionaire, you should be financially prepared for retirement.
Should be.
Meanwhile, the rest of us need a dictionary to look up the word fully retired, retirement. It is not in our vocabulary anymore. I remember back in the day when my grandfather turned 60 and he retired. And I'm talking about you could live as a retiree. We have more and more older Americans going back to work, more so than any other time in American history, because things are so great under Bidenomics. They're great. They're awesome. I don't know why you people wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris. I don't get it. Australian actor, director Simon Baker, best known for his role as Patrick Jane on The Mentalists, avoided conviction Wednesday by pleading guilty to the charges of driving under the influence of alcohol near his Australian rural home. And if you're keeping score at home, the Earth just set the record for the hottest summer ever on record. That's what they're saying. We had the hottest summer on record.
We're number one.
We came in number one.
It was hot this year.
It was hot. It was unusually hot, and that's just not here. That was pretty much everywhere. Even me being in the Philippines, it was we had 90-degree days with 70% humidity, 75% humidity. That's warm.
Well, and as you point out, it's still warm.
Yeah, it is. Federal government could slash all lease opportunities in top oil-producing states. So the land management updated their resource management plan for North Dakota that could cost that state $34 million a year and over the next 30 years.
But Kamala Harris said that wasn't true.
No, we're not doing that. The plan announced in August would ban oil and gas leases on about 4 million acres, which is about 99% of the federal lands in that state.
Yeah.
So they are going to be losing a ton of money. And look, it can happen in North Dakota. It can happen in New Mexico.
Yes. And if you work in any capacity for the oil field, oil and gas, if you, your spouse, your mother, your father, your sister,
let me
your
rephrase
brother,
it. Let me, because I know you won't go there. So let me do the heavy lifting.
Go ahead.
If you work in the oil field, or your spouse works in the oil field, or your kids work in the oil field, or your mom and dad work in the oil field, you are an idiot if you vote for Kamala Harris. Did I get that right?
Where I was going.
Let me just say this much. Next year, Biden and Kamala have a huge increase coming down the pike for people that are on Medicare. Not Medicaid. Medicaid, man, you pay nothing. No, I mean, Medicare, we are going to make our elderly pay a copay and an annual fee. But if you got, 18 baby mamas or baby daddies in this case, and your kids are on Medicaid, you will never pay anything.
Not a dime.
No, not a premium and not a copay. But our elderly, we will take advantage of you. We will take advantage of you. But they are saying that Medicare, a huge rate increase. So if you're paying $200 a month for your Medicare premium that's taken out of your Social Security,
Right.
that will probably go up $300. So get ready for that. So if
you will have people dropping off of Parts D. And
because you can't afford it. So their medicine won't be paid for. And by the way, that $200 that, say, like I pay, Tom, that does not include medicine.
No.
That does not include medicine. So that's another $50-$60 a month that you'll have to fund.
Well, there's already whatever the deductible is that you have to do that to.
Right.
They say, well, Kamala touted, it's free or cheap.
Yeah, it's $200.
Yeah. At the beginning of the year, every year,
And
you find out how much your medicines
Let me
are.
put all of this in perspective, because I just said about, people on Medicaid. I'm going to one-up that. We got people that are coming to this country, some of them flown to this country, that are getting free medical care.
Yep.
And it kind of ticks me off that I go to the doctor said they need to do colonoscopy on me and an upper GI and a sleep study. I'm going to have to pay 20% of that. But if it would be anybody else that just entered the country, the newcomers,
The ones eating cats and dogs?
they are going to get that free. Illegal foreigner. Yeah, there you go. I was waiting on you. Bride gets cold feet and hires some professional wedding destroyers to crash her wedding. Isn't this great? Why don't you just be honest with somebody and just say
no?
Yeah. So she spent $550 to pay the professional wedding crashers. You've seen the movie.
Oh, yeah.
So that she would be able to call off the wedding. Wow. Just say, I really don't feel comfortable marrying you. After the presidential debate, Trump and Harris campaign, what's next? Donald Trump is going to be making a lot of personal appearances, a lot of stops. I have not seen what Kamala Harris is going to be doing in the next 2 weeks. We're not that far away from the election.
And early voting starts in a lot of states.
52 days, if I'm not mistaken, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Donald Trump is going to put the nose to the grindstone and work. Kamala Harris could talk about being raised in a middle-class family. That's an out-and-out lie. And you know what? Why should we begrudge Donald Trump for his father making money?
Right.
Well, we shouldn't. And what about her parents? She lived at the time $1 million house. At the time,
how much is that worth nowadays?
Probably $4 or $5 million,
at least.
Wow.
At
in
least.
Vancouver,
Canada.
Yeah, she's wasn't raised in America. Morning show being brought to you by All American Cleaners. Check them out, All American Cleaners. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, $16.99. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs. And don't forget, they start your clothes up, dry clean your clothes, keep you looking good. All American Cleaners. Tom?
All right, this text is saying, so Kamala's administration will be able to please the globalist one world order just like old Biden. says Frank this morning on the text. Another texter said, you know what? It should be the other way around. The elderly, the retired should get Medicaid instead of the other ones who
100%.
100%. And those people that don't want to work and live off the system should go to Medicare, says the texter. I believe in that.
Well, I mean,
No, if they're here illegally, they shouldn't be on any government assistance.
Mm-hmm. John from Eunice is chiming in. You know, guys, they gave Kamala a pass on the gun issue as well. When Trump, John is saying, when Trump says she wants to take her guns away, and they let Kamala sit there and deny the fact that she was anti-gun.
Yeah. Yeah, we played that cut yesterday morning. Yeah.
And it goes on to say she stated multiple times that she would ban ARs, and the truth being told, the Communist Socialist POS has to have all weapons confiscated to achieve her goals.
She said mandatory buyback.
Yeah, yep. Mandatory.
You will have to give up your
now
guns.
When I hear the word mandatory, that's the same as saying get on the train.
Yes.
Get on the train car.
Yes, it is. You're going to the gas chamber, get on the train car.
Just do it.
Original Tom Mahader is chiming in. This is a question about the debate. Topics that were asked or fact-checked beforehand can be moderate factor. How can the moderator fact-check Trump on live TV?
The moderator's not supposed to. They're supposed to facilitate the debate. They aren't supposed to be part of it.
Yeah, and say something that he spoke of that no one knew was going to say. The moderator did not call the city manager.
Original Tommy Hater, you've brought up a very good point.
Thank you.
Wow.
What was the point?
He's saying that he...
So if they didn't know what he was going to say, and when Trump made the comment about, the Haitians coming in and
he said talk to the city manager.
Right? Yeah, he said that he talked to the city manager.
That was a setup.
Yeah.
That was a setup.
Fair.
There you go.
So if they didn't...
Yeah, you're spot on with that. Thank you for
that. That's a good point.
Yeah, that is
very good point.
Awesome point, because how did they know that Trump was going to talk about
Correct.
Springfield, Ohio?
Unless they have someone inside his campaign feeding information.
Yeah.
On what he's going to bring up.
Unless they had heard about it because it actually happened and he had to call and make sure if it was true or false.
Just to prove that Trump is 100% right.
Yep.
Anthony Harris. You can look up Anthony Harris. He is a blogger. He has done many videos about Springfield, Ohio. You know why? He lives in Springfield, Ohio. Here's what he had to say about the Haitians and their driving and their killings of ducks and cats. Here's what he said.
They're running into buildings. They flipping cars in the middle of the street. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them like.
That was a city council meeting.
Where the city manager usually attends.
Yeah. Yesterday, you said that Trump, that it wasn't true, and we debunked it again yesterday.
You did say that.
So what do you say about it now?
I didn't say it wasn't true. I said the city manager said it wasn't true.
Oh, my Lord.
I think all three of us heard you say it wasn't true because the city manager said so.
Yeah, you said that it wasn't true because you heard him say that the city manager said it wasn't true.
No, because I went on this long thing about how the city manager wouldn't know if people's pets were
You know what I'm going to start
eaten.
calling you? Gullible Gilly. That's what I'm going to start calling you, Gullible Gilly. All right.
Which, by the way, Travis and Roswell sent over a picture, and I'm going to describe it because it's funny. It's a picture of the Alf, remember, from the TV show?
Yeah.
And he has a kitten between two pieces of bread.
Yeah.
And it says, remember when illegal aliens who ate cats were fiction?
Yep.
Good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Hey, this is all tied to the under what is that called? The underworld, the underlife. This is all tied to devil worshiping.
Yeah.
Haitians have a strong tie to devil worshiping and voodoo and that type of stuff. If you've ever been in Louisiana, a lot of Haitians came to Louisiana from where, Tom? Haiti. And black magic is alive and kicking. In fact, there's a country song we play that talks about Marie Laveau.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think she was from, Tom?
Louisiana.
No, she was from Haiti.
Was from Haiti too?
Yeah.
So why are we playing that song for anyway?
So it's about them killing. Yeah, they eat it, but they use the bones and the blood for a blood sport.
Yeah.
So
that's where part of the Cajun French accent comes from.
So sorry to inform you, Tom.
I just want to end with this because you were talking about it. She's nuts, referring to Kamala. We will not give up our guns. She will cause a war on USA soil.
Well, they're not opposed to that.
Right.
Yeah, because they think the military is going to back them. And why do you think they brought in 20 million individuals? A great majority of them are fighting age men because they're going to build their own army.
And they have no problem killing Americans.
They are going to build their own army. I've been talking about this for years.
Yep.
They're going to bring in their own army. All right, take it out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Yes, they do residential trash pickup, but they take it a lot further. They can do all your commercial waste hauling. So if you've got a project and you've got a lot of stuff that needs to be hauled away, give them a call. Look, our friend Kayleen standing by already this morning, 575-408-1719. You could also go to the website, trash-eaters.com. If you have an office building and need a dumpster, yes, they can accommodate you there too. Her number, 575-408-1719. Call Kayleen or go to the website, trash-eaters.com. I've said it once. I will say it again. The Biden administration and the Harris administration, they think Americans are stupid that you believe such things. ABC thinks that you are stupid and that you can be, fooled. They think that you are a gullible gilly, not just Tom. Well, yesterday, the White House National Secretary spokesperson John Kirby trashed a group of veterans in an email that he sent to Fox News by mistake on the anniversary of September 11th.
He's despicable.
As the Fox News reporter on Wednesday, Kirby responded to an email from Fox about criticisms by a veterans group about the Biden administration's disastrous pull out of Afghanistan, and he hit reply all before disparaging remarks about veterans.
Yep.
He wrote, obviously, no use in responding. A handful of vets, indeed, and all of one stripe, he replied in the reply all email chain, and it was sent to Fox Digital. Yes, disparaging remarks about veterans on a day. By the way, Kirby retired from the U.S. Navy as a rear admiral.
Well, he tried to cover it up.
Yeah, he did try covering it up. And served at the Pentagon. And then Joe Biden picked him up and said, you're going to be the spokesperson that will convey a message because, little Carrie Jean-Pierre is not doing a good enough job. And since she is a diversity hire, we can't fire her.
Oh, wow.
Well, and then Kirby said, well, obviously I didn't mean to send that.
Yeah. So is that an excuse? So if you have disparaging remarks and later on come back and say, well, I really didn't mean to say that, does that erase the slate?
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, if I yell at my wife and tell her something disparaging and I come back and say, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry helps, but that doesn't take the sting away.
No, because when y'all have an argument in 5 years, it's going to come back up.
You know
I wasn't going to say that, Blake, but, you are.
It's true.
Of course.
Y'all harbor a lot of
y'all
women.
It's not that we harbor. It's just we forgive. We don't necessarily forget all the time.
Right. There's
so when you're coming at us for something that we've done, we, remember what you've done.
A memory like a woman is like you'll remember. Look, the great thing about you is that you'll forget stuff 15 minutes later. I mean, somebody can poop on you, and then 15 minutes later, you've forgotten it.
But,
especially if they buy lunch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, I'm sorry for pooping on you, but I'll buy you lunch now. Oh, okay.
Hey, no problem, says Tom.
That makes it work.
You can do it again.
Third of U.S. public school students are behind in grade level. And this is all across America. You know, people used to make fun of the South. The South's numbers are actually better than the Northwest numbers now. And only one region saw improvement from the 21 to 2020 school. Our reading level, I mean, basic things like reading. And here lies the problem. Quit worrying about woke ideology. Quit worrying about, Black history. Worry about teaching.
Come on.
Worry about American history.
Yeah.
Don't worry about if somebody is going to become a transgender, if they are a furry or whatever. Worry about teaching the kids.
I want to give a shout out really quick, to Levington School, specifically the high school, because both of my older kids came home yesterday and they wanted to talk all about 9/11. They wanted to know mine and Patrick's experience. What were we doing? What was it like? Because their teachers encouraged them to never forget. And I thought that was tender.
That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
Huge shout out to whoever's teaching government, whatever classes the kids were in yesterday at Levington.
I think every kid should have a rich history of America. And I'm not even talking about taking out the bad stuff.
Right.
We have done
you
bad
need to leave
things.
it in there.
We need to leave it in there. History, there is a reason why. History repeats itself from time to time.
And we are reliving some history
We
right
are.
now.
So I think that's why we should. All right, we're going to get into
Before
rare...
you get away from schools.
Yeah.
If you have a school district, any school district, where more than half of your school population is below reading average, right? Below average in their reading ability. You have a problem and you need to readdress
Well,
that
you know what the
situation.
national average is, according to this new information? It's about 21% of kids that are
and you wonder why,
reading at their grade level.
And you wonder why our IQ is going down.
Only 21% of individuals are reading at their grade level. It used to be back in the day, and I wasn't a great student, but my reading level was at least one grade above my, whatever grade I was in.
Well, and the sad thing is that most of Southeast New Mexico down here, we're under double digits.
Yeah.
Like we're in the single digit reading proficiently.
That is a problem. That's a huge problem.
That is not doing a service to the children.
All right, we're going to talk about a BB gun found at a school. Supreme Court strikes down the switchblade ban in Massachusetts. And a rare dime fetched over $500,000 at an auction. I'll talk about that. Mega Millions, somebody won the $800 million from Texas. Congratulations to the new millionaire.
Hey, that's $1 for every job Kamala Harris didn't create.
Yeah, I wish I was related to them. I was hoping it was in Lubbock and my kid would at least give me $1 million, but I'm so. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Homegrown and proud of it. Check them out today. They've got everything if you're living on a farm or ranch, including a full service hardware store inside their store. Plus, they've got Western wear, work gear, everything that you need. If you need a water pump, they've got you covered there. If you need gates and that type of stuff. And, of course, great deals on boots and shirts and jeans and that type of stuff. Find them today. Oh, I failed to mention Certified Purina dealer also. They have feed for all your animals. 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, online at roswelllivestock.com. You can visit them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. Tom on the text, quickly.
Hey, morning, guys. Have you all seen our CYFD here in New Mexico is at a 12.7 uptake since the pandemic, when the nationwide of other states are at 7.2. It's like, what is this stuff? Campaigns, they're not, what is it that all the campaigns are all about? Either immigration,
and
abortion.
Kids, this is why it's so important that you read every night.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And abortion, some stupid stuff instead of addressing about taking care of our children. You know, they didn't address the education system at that debate the other night. Hardly. Did you notice
That's a state issue.
But still.
It's a state issue.
He doesn't know the difference.
John from Eunice said, guys, the really sad thing is that most young kids today can outread Tom.
Read that again.
I don't know who this is or what your wife's name is, but happy birthday to someone's wife from your loving husband, John.
Okay.
Is it my wife's birthday today?
You better know.
Usually my wife will go, 2 weeks from now is my birthday. Thanks for the reminder.
Right. And B, you mentioned
Tom starts further out than that.
B, you mentioned this earlier, but this text is saying, did y'all see the video of Biden putting the Trump hand?
Yeah, I got the video of that coming up in just a second. Very, very rare dime expected to fetch over $500,000. Owners of the U.S. dimes may want to check their pockets and piggy banks. Yeah, it's expected to bring in $500,000 at the end of October. And they say that the person that has this dime is living in Tampa. 1975 dime lacks the letter S.
Okay.
In the San Francisco Met.
Really?
And they didn't make a whole bunch of these. It was a mistake. You know how sometimes when they go to mint these,
right.
Well,
not all coins have the mint location on them. So how do you know the difference between one that just doesn't have it?
Well, because it's just a letter S that's missing. So it says that the mint is
normally
San Francisco.
Doesn't it just have like a D for Denver and an S for San Francisco?
Yeah, well, that's what it says. No S on the mint.
Oh wow. Okay.
So they were.
I'm going to go look.
Yeah. So check that. There is a picture if you want to check it out. Student arrested at these Spanish words are killing me. Arrested at Tierra Antigua Elementary School. Kid had a BB gun, which is just as dangerous if you flash that BB gun to somebody with a gun and you point it their way. That could end up fatal. So please keep that in mind. Student found to have a gun on yesterday, September 11th.
Because cop doesn't know whether it's real or not.
No, they don't. And Massachusetts Supreme Court strikes down the switchblade knife ban. Now, switchblades are outlawed in New Mexico, aren't they? And in Texas.
Yes.
I remember as a kid, switchblades in Louisiana were outlawed, but the Massachusetts Supreme Court struck down the state's ban on carrying a switchblade knife, finding prohibits the violation of Second Amendment.
Why?
Now, Tom, how does switchblade operate?
It switches.
I knew that was coming.
It switches. All right,
what does
Monica.
it switch from and to?
It's a little
like
button.
on off.
Yeah.
All right, Monica, it's your chance to save a grace. What does a switchblade do?
She's from the east side.
A switchblade is a knife.
Wait, did he
You
just say?
kind of just flick it out like that, right?
Did you miss that?
He said you're east side.
So you should know.
Oh, I'm from the east side?
Yeah, that's what he said. East
You
side.
know, surprisingly,
East side of what?
I grew up very sheltered. Praise the Lord.
Side of what?
I don't know a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know about
No, a switchblade.
weapons.
So
You just go like that, right?
No. It does have a switch on it. So if you have the knife handle, it'll have a button on it, and when you push the button, a
the blade comes
spring
out.
operates the blade, and it comes out.
well,
it either
a
flips
real
open or
switchblade
goes
does
out.
this. It will
Right,
poke out like that.
Okay.
It's
And
spring
so
loaded.
what they're scared of is that the switchblade, you hit you could walk past somebody, hit the button, and the blade would come out and protrude into you.
Okay, so
So
my world is
that's what it would
becoming
do.
less
It would-
and less pink.
it would
y'all.
protrude into you. All right, CNN, they had the big post-debate town hall. Some surprising things came from that. This is right after them. They all watched the debate together.
Of course they do.
And here's what we found out from the post-debate crowd. Many women were just like this woman. And I was surprised there was actually a black man that spoke out and said, Donald Trump hasn't changed, Kamala Harris has changed. Here's what this woman had to say.
It brought you to a conclusion.
I think it's important to remember that we are voting for the leader of our country and not who we like the most or who we want in our wedding party, but who is actually going to make our country better. And we're in an incredibly unique situation where we've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office. The economy was higher, inflation was lower, things were better overall. And now with Kamala's administration, things haven't been so fantastic.
Whoa.
And she's saying she can fix the problems that her administration has caused, but I just don't know if I can afford to take that risk.
By the way, that is the message that needs to be conveyed. She rolled it up and put it into a gift.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the message.
Yep. She says she can fix the problems they caused. Right.
Girl, you is the problem.
Yeah, she nailed it. Dr. Phil had a bunch. Do you notice Dr. Phil's kind of changing his MO? He went to the southern border.
Yeah.
So Dr. Phil,
he used to be a lot more liberal.
Yeah,
maybe the Texas practical side is coming out.
A post-debate town hall, and he talked to behavioral experts about the body language of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Here's what they had to say.
Bias by the moderators today, in y'all's opinion?
Let's just look at body language. Look at the facial expressions of people when they're looking at Trump. There was clearly a bias against Trump in their faces. Let's take my other opinion. This is all my opinion. There's a little bit of a thumb on the scale when you ask one person 2 questions in a row as the primary question, and it's a softball question. That feels like bias to me. I would challenge them to tell me why that's not bias if I were in his situation.
At the same time, we're seeing the commentators, they would be speaking at the same time President Trump was. So as he's trying to finish his answer, they would not only answer, they would keep talking as well. And you can tell,
So I think both of them are 100% correct. By the way, these videos that I do, I would like to talk to Will when we actually play the stream,
if we could have
where
the video.
Actually there would be a third screen that would play the videos. I know it could be done.
I bet there's a way we can do that.
Yeah, I think that would. I think that would be beneficial to people that are actually watching the show. 877-396-W105, the MAGA hat. Joe Biden puts on the MAGA hat. And look, he knew exactly. Did you see Secret Service? They were actually freaking out. They were freaking out. So here's the whole deal. And the old guy actually calls him an old fart. He asked if, audio is not the greatest, but he asked Joe Biden. Joe Biden asked him, "You want my autograph?" And he said, "Hell no." And if you remember, Joe Biden claims that he's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, he grew up in Delaware, but he's from Pennsylvania. Right. I remember my dad, and, the oil and gas industry in Pennsylvania before it was the oil and gas industry in Pennsylvania. Here's that whole deal. And Biden did put on the MAGA hat, and he smiled. He smiled
really
like,
big.
This is a payback for you, Kamala.
That's crazy.
Here, what? Put it on. Come on. Spencer do a selfie. There he is.
He put on the hat.
At first, he acted like he wasn't.
Yeah, so
Said, I ain't going that far.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, he said I ain't going that far, and then he put it on. But the guy.
He had that big Joe Biden smile.
He did, and
wow,
you can see the Secret Service going, "Oh hell, we're going to pay for this." Somebody's losing their job. Somebody is going to lose their job.
When is Kamala fired? Anyway?
Yeah, you're right about that. 877-396-W105, Atlas Makeup Mirror and Grooming Tool. I used it this morning, Tom. Look at here. I shaved. Trimmed up a little bit, but I'm growing this out a little bit, so I didn't want to mess with it. But I used it this morning. You ought to really think about using it. It's a grooming tool, Tom. It is. Yeah. And so times 1, times 5, times 10 magnification mirror. Guys, don't be afraid to use it. I mean, some people call it a makeup mirror. It's really, I call it a grooming tool. So check it out today at atlasmakermirror.com. And I'm just going to give the guys a little advice. Here's what you do. This is a win-win for everybody. You buy it for the wife as a gift.
Yeah.
And then you use it.
Absolutely.
And then you use it. You're really buying it for yourself, but you go, here.
Honey. But it's such a good gift.
It is such an awesome gift. So it travels easy, weighs less than 4 pounds, and comes in a traveling case. So you could take this thing. We take it all over the world. Call Rebecca Long. She's a local inventor. She put together the plan. She had the design. And then she worked with the engineers to get it done. And look, the mirrors on this are not like something you will buy. You're going to go down and buy at one of the big box stores. No. She wanted to make sure the mirrors were perfect. Because you buy one of those cheap mirrors, you can't see what the heck you're doing. Give her a call, 575-631-3189, atlasmakermirror.com. Find them Facebook, Instagram, and they are available on the wall mount version, so check them out today. Tom on the text, we still have things that happened on this date in history. We're going to get you updated with news. We'll qualify you for the trip we're giving away to go see the Cowboys.
Mama Bear's chiming in. She says, I have a butterfly knife, and I tested it for my second.
That was me answering her.
Oh, that was you. Okay, never mind your comment.
Aren't they in different colors?
No, but not on the
butterfly knife is the kind that has double handles. Yes.
But aren't they like the response in a different color?
Well, you can get handles in whatever color.
No, I'm talking about the response to the text.
And at the beginning of my response, it also says, this is Blake.
And you can own them in Texas, says another text. Really? Okay.
Monica, you didn't wish your Uncle Mike and Aunt Maria a happy birthday. Come on, girl. Happy birthday, Uncle Mike. He's a big listener. You guys say happy birthday to Uncle Mike.
Happy birthday, Uncle Mike. Hope you have a good one.
Yeah. Now there's Tom on the floor of his bus eating Cheetos in his underwear with his change jar poured out.
Why are you putting that image in our heads?
In the tidy whities.
Because he's self-admitted that happens frequently.
Tidy whities.
Well, yeah, my bus. I can do whatever I want in there.
Yeah. I can go to McDonald's in this. I'm looking good.
Tom in his skivvies in the drive-thru of McDonald's.
Hey, listen, you better show up fully clothed to the gun range this afternoon.
Yeah.
So
we'll be there.
You better not come in your skivvies.
That's today.
Tidy white
And thank God.
Shirtless.
Thank God. Right, Blake? Tell the story what Will said.
Okay, so I was talking to Will yesterday, and we were discussing everything, and he goes, we are training on the Milo simulator with the laser, correct? And I said, yeah, I mean, that's what I asked Dwayne about. And he said, good, because we don't want Tom to be anywhere
Tom will
around
be like,
a
is this thing loaded? Huh?
Yeah, he does not want a loaded gun in Tom's hand.
Away.
Thank God it is a laser.
He would have to go through the safety training course before we
Tom, I'm low-key scared right now.
What's that?
I am serious.
Thank God it's a laser.
No, he does not get to hold a loaded gun.
Okay.
No. Tom.
And I can guarantee, look, Dwayne Pinnock's going to be there as well.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you he will tell all of his staff Tom is not to have a loaded gun.
No. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm a Second Amendment guy, but I've never owned a pistol or rifle or nothing like that.
A firearm?
A pistola.
Una pistola.
Go ahead, Tom.
McDonald's is lucky they don't have a buffet, says this one texter. Okay. And Tom, you look like Homer Simpson in underwear, says, see what y'all started already?
We didn't start it.
I just read a text.
You look, it was your story that started all this, how you went through the drive-thru naked.
Before I came to do my sports thing last night, I went by.
That's why the board was all messed up.
That's why I went to McDonald's to get an iced tea. And that same guy who didn't offer me service was waiting on me last night. And he looked at me real funny. I got my shirt on, bro.
Well, because you are now known as the Lovington Streaker.
No streaking.
Or as they call
the
you,
low-speed streaker.
as they call you at Mickey D's, the old perv.
The Lovington Streaker, the McDonald's drive-through perv. Tom, we've got to get better.
He's the original hamburglar.
I don't need. The only thing I eat from there is.
Look, I don't know why you stripped down to your skivvies and then decided to go around town anyway while your laundry was going on.
Here's a great.
What?
Here's a word of advice. Go buy you your tea, a gallon of tea, get you a bag of ice, and make your own tea, and that way you don't have to go through the drive-thru.
How about you just go buy the tea bags?
I make your own. Oh, I do that in the Philippines. It's just so much easier here. Here's
Well,
to your
it's
tea.
easier, but it does cost, 5 times as much.
But you can't boil the tea in my air filter.
Someone said
he
you're
says-
also known as the McDonald's Chichi Man.
Chichi Man.
The McDonald's Kukui.
Is that the only piece of apparatus you have to cook things with?
Yes. Because my little hot plate doesn't heat that much.
Well, here's
You
a
can
word.
buy a new one for $10.
Yeah, here's a word of advice. Go buy another one, you cheap bastard.
You
Oh,
guys,
but I like
these
my air
texts
filter.
are making me laugh hard.
So.
All by myself.
All right, a mom, a brother, and a grandfather and caregivers charged with starving a 7-year-old disabled boy. Isn't this a sad story? In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, there's a special place in hell for all of these individuals. And caregivers are supposed to render care. So the mother, grandfather, adult brother, and 2 caregivers in Florida have all been charged with starving a 7-year-old disabled boy. When they found this kid, I want you to imagine. He weighed 7 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness.
Had his bones poking through his skin.
A 7-year-old
When he was
kid.
found dead
Oh, my God.
on Christmas Day. He was born with spinal bifida,
Right.
a birth defect, and they starved this kid to death. Special place in hell for these individuals.
But wait a minute. How is that any different
And killing a baby.
than killing the baby?
Yeah.
Except the time factor.
And the Georgia shooter's mother praised her son in an open letter to victims and insists he is not a monster. After her last-minute warning providing insufficient prevention, she did call the school. I will give credit. She went on to say, "My son is not a monster." Of course, we know September 4th, he went to Appalachian School, and he's 14 years old, and he wounded a bunch of people, and he killed 2 individuals. She said her son is not a monster, and that...
Well, she is a mother.
Right.
So she does want to put that out there.
Yeah. But the pain and devastation that your son caused for other individuals, and how many people would have been killed if it wouldn't be for the good guy with the gun?
Yeah.
Correct.
Saving the day. Crazy.
Well, and I will say this. He responded however he responded in this instance, right? He did what he did. But doesn't the dad buying the firearm for the child,
amen,
basically encouraging it, make the dad a monster?
Yep.
People could argue that fact, yeah.
No, they have the death penalty in Georgia? No.
He's not going to get the death penalty.
He's a minor.
Acted like an
They
adult
don't.
that day.
They don't have a death penalty for minors. I
By the
guarantee
way,
you that.
Bill just sent me a message, said Tom A., the B Cup bandit.
More like Grimace, right?
Well, somebody did say Grimace.
Do you remember who that is, Tom?
No. And they do have
The big
DoorDash in
purple guy.
Lovington, Tom, says the what Dexter.
The B Cup bandit. B Cup.
DoorDash would just leave
I need
it
to
at
go
your
back
door.
there again with a half shirt on.
No.
Yes, a midriff.
Wait,
that
you
would be
have
great.
you own a half shirt?
Why people cut their T-shirts in half.
Why would you do that?
Just to get back at them. To get back at them. You're the one that did it to them in the first place.
You scorned those poor kids for life.
Get back at them? They didn't do anything to you.
They had never seen man's chi-chis like yours.
They didn't do anything to you. Did you get Big Mac sauce?
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah. They were like, McFlurry.
I can't wait till November. The
that machine's always broken.
Yeah. You're not getting ice cream.
While we're talking about McDonald's, did y'all know that they have a steak and cheese biscuit in the mornings?
No. Steak and cheese?
Yes. And they are absolutely delicious. I'm going to bring y'all one.
I just tried to stay away from processed food.
Oh, gosh.
I haven't eaten McDonald's
So we kind of stumbled upon them.
Yeah, the only thing I usually eat from McDonald's is breakfast.
Okay, I'm going to bring you one. As a matter of
Now,
fact, tomorrow.
in foreign countries, I will go to McDonald's because it's different food.
Yeah, like in the Philippines, they serve fried chicken and spaghetti, even in the morning for breakfast.
Wow.
But even the way that
and rice, white rice.
Their other contents of the burgers and stuff is different.
Yeah, like
when you go.
I don't care for the sausage in the Philippines. The at McDonald's, it just tastes different.
Yeah.
Did you know, Monica, that most of McDonald's meats are lab grown? Yeah, but I pray over my food.
She's praying it's real meat.
I'm praying it just does my body right. No, please tell me. Somebody text that I'm not the only one that knew about steak.
You're praying for it to be real meat.
I'm praying for it not to be harmful.
I'm not making fun. I'm not making fun of God, but please, Jesus, make us some real meat.
That's almost like a wish sandwich where you have 2 pieces of bread and you wish you had some real meat.
Yeah,
listen, you guys, I eat other stuff that you would be shocked about. I'm not ready to confess what I eat.
What do you eat?
Those of you who know me well know.
I mean, I love to eat, but there's some things I try to abstain from. My wife gets upset because I eat anything. I got a muffin right here. I'm about to inhale.
Yep. Oh, I inhale some stuff. I mean,
I had pecan pie last night. I'm good to go. All right, Tom, we're going to take a break. Morning show being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, gloves. It's going to get cold at some point. If you're thinking ahead, you should, because it is inevitable that it's going to get cold again.
Right.
It might not be this week.
Cyclical.
But it is going to happen. And they have a complete selection of coats and gloves and, coveralls. And if you need FR and all that, they've got you covered there, too. Safety gear. They've got steel-toe boots. They have a section of boots that are just $99. That's a $99 boot section. And they add boots to it every single week. So go check that out. Plus, if you're a Longhorn fan, it's that time of the year to be a Longhorn fan. It hurts me to say it, but to me, they are the number one team. And if you're looking to watch the games, furniture, appliances, electronics, they've got all of that at zero down financing at Rig Outfitters. So if you can't completely afford what you need, get in there and get the zero down financing. Plus, next door is Scrub Outfitters. If you work in the medical field, they have the largest selection of scrubs, the big-name brands like Healing Hands and Dickies and others. And if you wear compression socks, just not for the medical field, if you wear compression socks for medical benefits, if you're diabetic, you get tired of wearing the white and black compression socks. Need different colors? Not a problem. They've got you covered. Plus, they have comfortable shoes. Scrub Outfitters, Rig Outfitters, and the Broadmoor Mall. It's already 8:04, KWMW, Malgamore, 105.1 FM, National Anthem and the Pledge. Coming up next, things that happened on this date in history, being brought to you by 2A Tactical Firearms. We're going to be there today. Indoor firing range. You can find them at 236 East Navajo in Hobbs, veteran-owned and operated. Largest selection of guns, lots of ammo, lots of accessories. They also have tactical gear and optics. And if you need training, they can train you. First-time gun owner, they can train you about firearm safety. They also offer financing. Give them a holler today. Stop in. We're going to be there about 2 o'clock doing the Milo FBI training simulator. 236 East Navajo, online at 2atacticalrange.com. .com. Things that happen on this date in history. Henry Hudson sailed through a river back in this date, 1609. That river was later called Tom.
The Hudson River.
Tom scores one. He is a
It went
genius.
to a bay, too. Where did it go?
Went into the Atlantic Ocean.
Hudson Bay.
Yeah. First graduation ceremonies at Yale, class of 8 and 1722. Battle of North Point took place in the War of 1812, except it actually happened 2 years later in 1814. The war lasted 2 additional years, Tom.
Well, and you know what that war was about, right, Tom?
1812. Yeah.
What year did that war start?
1812, the War of 1812.
Oh, okay.
He didn't answer.
Dude, sharp
He's
as a tack.
Kamala, man.
Yeah.
So why did the war
No,
start?
keep going, Kevin.
Richard Gatlin was born on this date in 1888. Tom, what did he?
Gatlin?
Yeah.
He was the ancestors to the Gatlin brothers.
Or maybe he invented the damn Gatling gun. Remington typewriter went on the market first time in 1874. Lassie made its debut on television on this date in 1954.
Lassie, oh Lassie.
Name the boy.
Tommy.
Timmy.
Oh, Timmy.
The Monkees premiered on.
well?
Yeah, Monkees premiered on TV on NBC in 1966. Name one of the Monkees. One.
David Crockett.
No. I'm going to name one because I'm going to put some trivia to Tom on this. Michael Nesmith.
Okay.
And his mother invented something. What did she invent?
That's been chocolate.
Liquid paper.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, like whiteout?
Yeah.
There was a Davy.
Yeah.
That was in the
Davy
Monkees.
Jones.
I got that
Davy
right.
Jones. No, you said Davy Crockett.
It was Davy Jones, and Davy Jones is the reason why David Bowie is David Bowie, because his real name was Jones, but he couldn't take it because Davy Jones had
1978 Taxi debuted on ABC. And Stevie Nicks announced she would no longer tour with Fleetwood Mac and Christine McVie. The group quit touring together in 1990.
Yeah, but they got back together.
They did. Today is National Chocolate Milk Day. Kelsey Ballerini is 31. No, she's not a ballerina. She is a country singer.
She was on Dancing with the Stars, too, by the way.
Oh, thank you for that.
What?
Andrew Luck, former pro football player that walked away early in life. He's only 35 and been retired.
Yep.
Take the money and run, baby. Jennifer Hudson is 43. Best known for?
Jennifer Hudson for a TV show.
Dreamgirls.
Ruben Studdard is 46. Came in second on American Idol. I think the second American Idol.
No, he beat.
Did he beat?
Yeah, he beat Clay Aiken.
Oh, he beat Clay Aiken.
Oh, he beat Clay. Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson was on American Idol.
Jennifer Nettles is 50 years old from the group Sugarland.
Yep.
Brian Austin, country singer, had one big song, is 57 years old today. Louis KC is 57.
CK.
Louis C.K., I'm sorry. What did I say?
KC.
KC?
See the Western guy?
I was thinking about the Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a comedian.
No, he's a comedian.
Oh.
Yeah.
You would know him if you saw him.
Yeah, Rachel Ward is 67.
Thorns.
What?
She was in the movie Thorns.
Thornbirds.
Thornbirds. It's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, she was in Thornbirds. And Nina Blackwood is 69. What is she known for, Tom?
Never heard of her.
You never heard of Nina
She's
Blackwood?
one of the original MTV
Big hair.
VJs.
And Linda Gray.
Sounds like she smoked 80 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Wow.
Dallas is 84 years old. That's
Damn, she's
birthdays
84.
today.
Ben Folds is 58 today.
I never heard of him.
He had a group, Tom. What is his group called?
The Folders.
It's the Ben Folds 5.
The Folds.
Never heard of him.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We're coming right back. National Anthem and the Pledge. coming up next. We'll catch up on the text on the other side. Also, Kamala Harris, we need to prove that she's not Kamala Harris, or is she Kamala Harris? I don't know which one.
We don't know.
We'll get to that in just a second. We'll qualify you for that trip we're giving away. Keep you updated with everything going on. National Anthem and the Pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. She is your former insurance agent, has been for 40-plus years, and, started her business at 19 years of age. 19 years of age, started her business and still helping people with insurance. If you've got the dreaded insurance increase and you're thinking about shopping around your insurance, first call you make, Rebecca Long, 575-393-2661. Or maybe you're just tired of dealing with the phone. Press 1 for this. Press 2 for this. You want to speak to a human being. Isn't that awesome? 575-393-2661. Call Rebecca Long today. She is your proud sponsor for the National Anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance on W105.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
8:13 after 8. We're W105. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil, reminding you God is in control.
From Matthew 9 this morning, on hearing people complaining, he associated with sinful people. Jesus says, it is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick.
Hi, this is Kim with Judah Oil and the Harris family doing the Lord's Prayer for you today. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
8:14 after 8. We are W105. Some of the stories we're going to talk about coming up next. Being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction. Trusted name across southeast New Mexico. They've got you covered for siding. If you have a roof that is damaged, they can replace that roof. Shingle or metal roof. They can also erect metal buildings. They can take care of all your windows and doors. You want to know where a lot of your energy is going? It's going right out of the windows. It is. You want to repair those and replace them with brand new doors and windows? They can accommodate that. Give them a call, 575-391-1430 or Seminole Siding and Construction.com. Some of the stories we'll talk about. Southern California man gets 325 years 325 years to life for child molestation. It's bad when California is more serious about crime than New Mexico. Yeah. Life sentence handed out to a man in New Mexico. We'll talk about that. And a man sentenced to 12 and a half years in prison for a shooting in Albuquerque. Frankie Beverly passes away yesterday. I'll tell you who he is. And a migrant freed into the United States. You're not going to believe this story. I'll get to that and more in just a second. News this morning being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, give him a call. He is the guy that is settling huge cases. In the Patch, a case for over $10 million, $9 million case for medical malpractice. When it comes to slip and falls and car accidents and that type of stuff, you can try to settle with the insurance companies. Very hard, very hard. I'm not saying you're not intelligent. What I am saying is you do not speak the language that gets the message across. Luke Ragsdale does. He's got the message. He's got the language down, and he can help you settle the case and get you the most money. 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Taking a break. We're coming right back. We're being the Breakfast Club on W105.
The only thing matters is a win. That's it. However, whatever it takes. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
Call in at 877-396-9105.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. There was flooding in and around New Orleans and some other parts of Louisiana as what was Hurricane Francine, now a tropical depression, moves through.
For the Panhandle up towards Alabama, we have a tornado watch. We could see very heavy rainfall, tropical storm force winds as Francine continues to move northward. Power outages close to 400,000 without power in southeastern Louisiana, and there's the rain still to come along the trajectory of this path.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean, 6 United Nations refugee relief workers are among 18 people reported killed in an Israeli airstrike on a school used as a shelter in Gaza.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the strike, saying what's happening in Gaza is totally unacceptable. Israel describes the incident as a precise strike on terrorists and insists it took measures to protect civilians from harm.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
Celebrating Daisy Safes all week long with big values at Bob's Ridgeway. Like fresh ground beef, $3.97 a pound. Dole shredded lettuce, 8-ounce bag, just 99 cents. Premium hothouse tomatoes, just 99 cents a pound. Get your Crystal Farm shredded and chunked cheeses, 8-ounce, 2 for $5. And taco seasoning, taco shells, and tostada shells from Old El Paso, all on special, along with whole select New York strip, just $3.99 a pound. Whole fryers, 99 cents a pound. Get pork spare ribs, $2.49 a pound, and Hass avocados for the guacamole, 2 for $1. And that's just a few of over 150 big value specials to celebrate Daisy Safes this week at Bob's Ridgeway, where the service and the quality still matter, and they still carry your groceries out at 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Hear ye, hear ye. Step back in time for the time of your life at the 3rd Annual Cavern City Renaissance Festival. Enjoy a weekend of magic and merriment with captivating music, thrilling armored combat, and all-new dazzling stage performances. Savor bountiful food and drink as you explore 2 stages of non-stop entertainment and discover unique treasures from over 70 artisan vendors. Bring your whole family for an unforgettable adventure on September 27th and 28th at the Carlsbad Beach Park. Advertisement paid for by the City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
James Cecil Auctioneers presents the New Mexico Junior College Auction this Saturday, September 14th at 9:04 a.m. Tons of miscellaneous items as well as vehicles, fitness and kitchen equipment, office furniture, computers, microscopes, and much more. You don't want to miss it. It's one of the biggest auctions of the year. The James Cecil NMJC Auction, 9:04 a.m. this Saturday, September 14th at 1 Thunderbird Circle at the New Mexico Junior College on the Lovington Highway in Hobbs. See you there.
Zia Natural Gas Company odorizes their natural gas with a chemical called mercaptan to give it that distinct rotten egg or sulfur smell to warn us of a potentially hazardous environment. If you detect this smell, leave the area immediately and don't do anything that could create a spark. Once you are a safe distance away, contact Zia Natural Gas Company and report where you smelled natural gas. Stay out of the area until you have been advised it is safe to return. At Zia Natural Gas, your safety is their priority.
Hey, are those the new staff shirts we've been waiting on?
Yes, and no.
What do you mean?
Well, they're supposed to be, but I went through one of those big online places promising lowest price point and fastest turnaround. Well, it was cheap and kind of fast, and they look awful. And after being on hold for an hour to speak with someone, they said it was the artwork provided, and there's nothing they could do.
Let me guess. One of those upload your logo places?
Yes, exactly. Now I've got boxes of shirts that we can't use.
You need to call Awesome Graphics.
The local place I hear on the radio? Can they handle an order this big?
Of course. That's the great thing about Awesome Graphics. They have the technology and equipment the big guys have, but they're here in southeast New Mexico. So not only are you keeping your money local, you have real local people who care about getting your order right. Plus, they can handle your signage, company-branded pencils and cups, and so much more.
What about FR jackets with our company logo embroidered on?
Yep, those two. Stop by and see them at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs. Or, since you like online, go to their convenient local website, myawesomegraphics.com.
Myawesomegraphics.com, huh? They really are the best of both worlds.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Short on wind, long on opinion.
And I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try.
B and the Breakfast Club.
All right, number 877-396-W105. Love to hear from you. Notice I do not turn his mic up until he sits down, because if not, it's
crash, boom, bang.
At least his mic is not flying all over the place, though, like mine.
Right.
Yeah, that is
I
much
tightened
of a
my
pro-
screw on my no microphone here.
I tightened mine this morning. I tightened them all. You saw me.
Oh, yeah.
But that didn't.
I don't know what's going. Yeah, it might be.
I think it's stripped.
We need. There's a couple of boom arms. That one in particular, but there's a couple of them that we probably need new ones.
Yeah. I think I'll talk to the boss man about that. I like the new ones that they make. I invested in one in the Philippines that doesn't make noise, and it's just so
smooth,
quiet, smooth, nice. So we're going to talk to the boss.
We'll see him at 2.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's coming out to shoot with us.
Yeah.
Is he gonna come out?
I mean, I'm not going to put a gun to his head and make him do it or anything, but, you know.
That's one reason he wanted to make sure Tom was only using a gun that has a laser pointer.
That's very important. Very important. According to state regulators, handing out food and drinks from ice cream truck is off limits to the marijuana business in Ohio. So what they're saying is they are not going to allow mobile marijuana deliveries to go around the, can you imagine an ice cream truck converted into a marijuana dispensary? What would they play? Would they drop some Snoop or what when it comes to the music?
If I had an ice cream truck distributing marijuana, yeah. The whole thing is that ice cream song, it would be drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. So regulators are saying that's off business. And, this is bad news for Taco Bell and other food outlets. But they also banned the online promotion called Can You Take Me Higher? They were like, can't have that either. Sorry, Creed. We're not going to allow that. No, that's not going to happen. Emergency responders in Indiana experienced the first ever medical call ended with firefighters rescuing a monkey that got loose and scaled a building. So first medical call was the monkey needed to be rescued. And this story is completely bananas, but that's just me. Will Ferrell got a lot of laughs dressing up as a woman. Remember when he dressed up as Janet Reno when he was on Saturday Night Live? But he said, he regrets dressing up as a woman now.
Yeah.
Tom, do you regret putting on your wife's underwear and that type of stuff?
Well, I wanted to know that we're going to have an exciting sex life. That's why I did it.
So you turn into a cross-dresser.
It was just once, man. Come on.
She called, and she was like, Tomas, when I get home, I want you to take off my dress. And Tom's like, I want you to take off my bra. Tom's like, and I want you to take off my thong. And don't you ever put it on ever again.
And I never did again.
Don't you ever do it again.
I'm trying so hard here.
I'm from Puerto Rico, and men dress like men. That is not a turn on to me.
But she'd never met nobody like me before.
Yeah, well, that's what she said. And, yeah, she was like, yeah. In Puerto Rico, men are men. Take off my clothes, and don't you ever put them on again.
Hey, you know, I married the second wife. Now, she was an island girl, too.
Tom, she was from Oaxaca?
Cuernavaca.
Oaxaca?
Oaxaca.
Cuernavaca.
What island?
And
the mainland of Mexico?
Yes, that is not an island.
So did they marry you to become legal?
No, B was my best man that day.
So did she marry him to become legal?
No, she was already legal.
Yeah, she was already legal. She had already married somebody else to get legal.
Yeah.
Tom agreed.
But she used to, you know what I liked about her? Because she used to call me, mi amor, mi amor. She rolled that tongue.
For like 92 days.
Well.
It didn't take long for the...
How long did you know her?
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Did you propose to her and everything like that, Tom?
Yeah.
No. She told you were going to do it, and you just did it.
I said, let's get married, because it was going to be a practice wedding.
Well, for what? Practicing for what?
I mean, I've done that several times. You know, the practice deal where and I sold it as that message, Tom.
I thought that was a pickup line.
You know, we're going to act like we're going on a honeymoon. I know I just met you. We're going to act like we're going on a honeymoon. So...
Well, that leads to other activities.
Well, of course it does. That was the point.
Well, I didn't want to be intimate with her without being married to her, so we just had a practice wedding.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
No. There's more to this story.
And then it lasted 92 days.
Yes.
I've had one-night stands that lasted longer than that marriage.
Allah.
I'm just saying. And she couldn't get out of that marriage as quick enough.
This didn't have anything to do with the bus, did it?
No, that was way before the bus. No.
You actually had a house then?
Yeah.
You moved in with her. What are you talking about? You had a house.
You moved in with her? Did she have a big house?
Well, let's rephrase that. Let's rephrase that. She had an exchange student living with her, and Tom actually couldn't move in with her. Now, that just sounds sketchy as hell to me.
That was before I even got married to her, even met her, okay?
And so Tom couldn't move in with her because the exchange student was there.
Okay.
And so he lived in a bungalow of one of her friends, so they never actually lived together. And then when he moved in, that's when it went, she was like, I can't put up with this.
Wow.
So,
in Tom's defense, was he slimmer? Was he attractive?
Yes.
Was he
I'd lost 192
marriage
pounds.
material?
Really, Tom? Is that the story you're sticking with?
I weighed 430 at one time, Monica.
You weighed 130?
430.
Yeah.
430?
15
years
the
ago.
whole thing. Anyway,
15
please
years
let's get
ago.
down to the crust of this.
What?
Let's talk about this so-called honeymoon.
Make a sandwich.
Let's talk about, so y'all were together 92 days.
Yes.
92 days.
Plus the 3 weeks that we were.
And
before the marriage.
all in all,
Less than 4 months.
You consummated the marriage 4 times in 92 days.
What?
5. Let's don't.
5 times. Oh, my bad.
Whoa, that's changed. No, that 5 that's an added.
Yeah.
That's been 4.
You said
for
4, but I'm just saying, but it's your honeymoon.
That should have been
That was the first one.
day.
How long was your first marriage?
20 years.
20 years. And then you went out.
Did
on
she
the
marry you to
town.
get legal?
You met this girl from the island.
No.
Mexico.
Now, let's just
The
say this
peninsula.
much.
And you said, let's go on a honeymoon.
And the reason the first marriage broke up because you were machismo. You were machismo, and the whole idea about make me a sandwich and this and that, and I'm going golfing. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
Okay. I appreciate you at least admitting it.
Well, and then the first one really got mad at me because I bought a car without asking her.
No, I believe when you're together that finances
are joint.
And that's just me personally. I know married couples that do things different, but me, before I spend money, I talk to my wife. It's not her money, but it's her money.
It's ours.
It's our money. I might make it, but she, every bank account I have, I give her all the passwords because that's
dumb.
the way it's supposed to be.
Correct.
That's dumb.
I'm dumb.
Tom. No,
I've been
not
having
dumb.
a warm body laying next to me for 10 years. And you got 2 little bitty
Tom,
cats.
For you to have as much faith as you do and know the Bible in the way that you do, why aren't your point of views about women and marriage a little more different? Biblical. There you go.
Biblical. You read the Bible?
Sabes bien que una mujer es más buena que not having one at all. Like, serious.
Well, if you can find one.
Well, correct, but you're going about finding one. First of all, get dressed. Get your eyebrows did. Let's go buy you an outfit. Make you presentable.
Don't tell him buy him
Man.
outfit. You never know what you're going to be buying.
Hey, I style
No
in profile.
thongs. We're not taking you to buy any thongs. I'm just saying.
He's going to get a
you
sports
need-
bra.
None of that stuff.
I'm going to be styling profile on Saturday.
Yeah.
At the Freedom Fest.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Southern California man gets 325 years to life for child molestation. So Andrew Sapin, Jesus Andrew Sapin, 44 years old, sentenced to 325 years for molesting kids. Sexual abuse, multiple kids, some of the kids as young as 6 years of age. Sad. Life sentence for his role in 2 murders in Albuquerque. Casper Rickards. I did that story about old Casper Rickards. Got 2 life sentences, but could be out in 30 years. That doesn't sound like 2 life sentences to me. Life sentence means you're going to spend the rest of your life in jail.
Right.
Except in New Mexico. It's a whole lot different. And a man learned his fate in court, shooting and killing another man during a custody exchange with a 2-year-old son last March. Tristan Isaacs met with Brittany Cerna in exchange of the custody of the 2-year-old child. During that exchange, Cerna's boyfriend, Christopher Rodriguez, got in a fight with Isaacs and fatally shot him 5 times. I mean, look, he shot a guy 5 times. I don't care if it's the heat of the moment. How many years do you think this guy gets?
Well, everywhere else, 20. New Mexico,
5.
Maybe 5.
12 and a half years with the chance of early.
So he'll be out in 5.
Yeah, he'll be out at least in 5. All right, I'll get to Kamala Harris coming up next. Already 8:34. Boob of the day still to come. Morning show being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing. Roofing and insurance experts, licensed and bonded, and they are insured. Locally owned and operated by Dwayne Pennick. Get in touch with him today. He's been in operation for 30-plus years and 30-plus years of continuous A-plus ratings from the Better Business Bureau. Is that important? Darn right it's important. Better Business Bureau says you get an A-plus rating. That means that you are at the top of your game and doing exactly what you tell the customer that you're going to do. That's very, very important. And when you're looking to do business with companies, you should look at that Better Business Bureau and check out their score. Give Dwayne Pinnick a call, 575-318-9725, A Custom Construction and Roofing, reminding you beware of those unlicensed out-of-town contractors, because when they're gone, the contract is usually gone. Kamala Harris, who is Kamala Harris? What are her policies? Kamala Harris, she has flip-flopped on so much, we don't know exactly where she stands. She is a chunkla. That's the name that we should use, Kamala Chunkla Harris.
This business about taking everyone's guns away, Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
I support buybacks, and it's something I'm so passionate about and so looking forward to being president to address. We've got to deal with this.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory. Stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what Kamala Harris are you going to get once she's elected?
The Marxist.
The Marxists. Yeah, the Marxists. And this guy is a representative. He is a Republican, and his name is Mike Walz. Mike Walz, I don't know if he's related to Tim A. Walz, but he's talking about abortions, and we played the cut early this morning, and if you did not hear the abortion, late-term abortions and how they perform these, I played it as the tweet of the day. Let me know, and I will post that up for you to hear, because it's not about you hearing the gory detail.
No.
But it is just proving that the media is lying to you. Kamala Harris is lying to you. But here's with Mike Walz had to say.
That when it comes to abortions at or after 21 weeks, less than 1% account for that. And in a lot of those cases, it has to do with the life of the mother, or it has to do with the extreme medical conditions of the fetus that it will not survive after birth. But I do want to ask you, you said it was a hypothetical.
That's important commentary, but 1% of millions is still a large number. And I mean, when you have...
Or in the case of rape or incest, barriers to access. For instance, if someone...
when you have 8 children in Minnesota that died after attempted abortions were born and then still died, but you have ABC saying this never happens. When you have 8 states that have 0 restrictions, 8 states that have 0 restrictions all the way up to the minute of birth, ABC was all over the place and one-sided.
Sir, you know that's not...
Air quote,
you know that's not... You know that's not how it happens.
I'm holding up an article
but I do... I want to ask you...
from the Dispatch.
By the way, it is true.
It is true.
It is true. And you know the state that you might live in, New Mexico? Yeah. It's very true. Very, very.
It is one of the 8.
Yeah. So, very true.
And you have a governor that prides herself on killing children.
She's prideful about it.
I don't know how she sleeps at night.
It's disgusting.
Frankie Beverly of the group Maze passed away yesterday. He was 77 years old. And a migrant who was released in the United States through the Joe Biden-Kamala Harris parole pipeline, accused of murdering a 25-year-old in Cleveland, Tennessee. This guy's name is Darren Lopez. He crossed into Zavala County, Texas. Zavala County is right next to Uvalde County.
Yep.
La Pryor, Texas, and what else is part of Zavala County? Carrizo Springs in that area. And that's when he murdered Diana Garcia. So congratulations, Kamala. Keep up the great work at the border. And Tariq Hill wants the cop that detained him fired. Now, I went back and watched that multiple times, and I will say Tariq Hill was 100% wrong. He was a smart aleck. He was not doing what as much as he says he wants to be a cop, he was not doing the right thing. Right. He was acting a total ass. But with that saying, I don't think that you pull somebody out of the car and put him on the ground because of that. I'm just saying, and I'm not making it, I don't think it's a race issue, because the cops that were doing it were actually minority cops.
Right. You could hear it in their accent.
Yeah, they were minority cops. So I don't think it's a racial thing. I just think they're fed up of people disrespecting.
I agree.
Right.
And I get that. So, and that's not an excuse. I think they're The blame is on both sides. Tom on the text, Boob of the day. We'll take a break.
All right, so Google Nava H1 earpiece. Says this one texter. Okay. And Kevin is telling someone how it's supposed to be. How many times, this texter says, have you been married?
It's I'm just saying, when you get it right, you get it right.
You finally got it right.
So.
Hey, Tom, just go by.
And by the way, it wasn't my fault before. It was the women's fault. I'm sticking to that damn story.
Right. And this text says, hey, Tom, just go buy her a bucket of chicken. It's easier, bro. Laugh out loud, says the texter. And a gallon.
Buy who a bucket of chicken?
And a gallon of
His
tea.
His date. Yeah, that'll impress the hell out of her.
Right. And this text is Adam from Carlsbad. You know, I worked in Carrizo Springs for a few years between 2000
Carrizo Springs
through 2022, and I saw illegals at least once a week walking down highways
all
in
over
those lease roads.
So Carrizo Springs and the city next to that, Carrizo Springs and spinach capital of the world. I can't think of the name of it.
I can't remember.
It starts with a C. This guy will know.
And I'm liking Monica Amor, says this one text.
Did he just say me Amor?
No, it's liking Monica Amor.
Oh, more.
So you didn't like me to begin with?
He didn't like. He couldn't stand you.
Johnny's chiming in.
So
Keep up the good work, Tom. 90% of the show is about talking about you anyway, says the texter.
Well, you are a celebrity.
Yeah, he is a celebrity. Definitely a celebrity.
I'm an institution.
In your own mind.
Yeah.
B, get off of Tom's love life. Y'all are looking as cheap as Kamala. Okay.
So what part to get off on? The 4 times?
Hey, you're listening and you're enjoying it. So.
And Tom married her
show
to get her papers.
Exactly right, Blake.
No, she had her papers.
But God bless her. I mean, and I feel so guilty after we got divorced because her third husband killed her and left her in a roadway out near Vaughan.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
The wife that we're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got convicted 2 years ago.
Fourth husband.
Going 35 years.
And you know why, Tom? He was like, quit bringing up that guy, Tom. I'm not going to be trained like him.
Yeah. But no, I felt guilty because I thought maybe I should have done something different. We'd still be married.
I would find no guilt.
Would have been 12 years this month.
I'm not going to find any guilt. All right, we're talking about Riadoso coming up next. Keep you updated with everything going on this morning. Wait a second. Did I just hear right? It would have been 12 years last month. You're keeping track of an ex. Let me just say, once I'm divorced, once I split up, anniversaries, birthdays are purged from my mind.
But he didn't even make the anniversary.
He didn't even make 1 year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
But you still know. What day were y'all married, Tom?
28th of October.
Wow.
You know what? I will back you on that, Tom, because I am a person who really digs dates. I think that there is.
There you go.
Yeah, I purged that crap out of my mind.
I wouldn't keep on, remembering them.
But he remembers a lot of other just weird things
stuff,
too. Like who's the all-time leading rusher of the NFL, Tom?
Emmitt Smith.
I remember when she used
How many
to.
yards does he have?
I remember when she used to get my clothes out and prepare my clothes.
Well, she would lay them out on the bed. And
is that why you stole B's wife's laundry?
I don't need a woman doing that for me.
Well,
I'm perfectly
would
fine.
you do that, Monica?
Oh, yeah.
If you got married again?
Oh, yeah. In my first relationship, it wasn't quite a marriage, but I did everything. I ran bathwater. I ran the shower. I ironed clothes. Everything was laid out for
There's more
duty.
going on at that story.
Yeah, I don't need that type of stuff. All right, let's get updated, find out what's going on with the Boob of the Day, being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics, medical professionals on staff ready to help you. If you're not feeling good, deep dive into your blood work to find out what the heck is going on. And these guys look at stuff that, a lot of the medical doctors do not look at. I'm not saying they're not medical experts, but I'm just saying they don't look at that stuff. They're not trained to do the deep dive. These guys are going to look at everything, and they treat you with natural remedies. You'd be surprised. Vitamins, herbs, and our ancestors they didn't have pharmaceutical. They used vitamins and herbs and natural remedies. That's what functional medicine is all about. And they could take stuff like ozone and turn that into something that is really can really help you. They're using ozone to treat your blood for high cholesterol and all kind of other things. Go in there and talk to them about that. They can use it to inject it in your spine, in your knees, and it is so beneficial. They also do stem cell therapy and the cryotherapy chambers. And if you're going through hormonal issues or you're trying to lose weight, but you can't lose weight, they have an answer. They have an answer. Go talk to them. 3900 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Visit them online at thedesertfma.com for more information. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
You know, usually when you hear about babies being switched at birth, it's a pretty serious situation. But does this really count? A woman in the UK is distressed because she carefully selected names for her twin daughters during her pregnancy. But after an emergency C-section, the hospital apparently mixed up the two girls. Now keep up here. Both the twins were hers. All right. They named baby A, baby B. And so she had Delilah and Azalea picked out as names. So the hospital told her that baby A was Delilah and baby B was Azalea. Okay. Got that? She noticed because baby B was the larger twin throughout the pregnancy and was now smaller. The woman is upset that the hospital didn't respect her wishes for the name and got it right because she named them before they were born. She said they just pulled whatever one they wanted out and called her Delilah. But maybe she has a point, but really, why not just switch the names, right? But apparently, the hospital might have even gotten it right, according to the mother now. She said, you know, you look at them and they actually do kind of just look like their names. I think even if they came out the right way, I probably would have switched the names anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
And for all that, she's the boob of the day.
The boob
If I ever have twins again, I'm naming one Ree and the other Run. Damn right I am.
Unless they're boys, then it's Ree and Pete.
Yeah. 847. 847. I used to name my kids by names that are actually, you know, factual, like gimme, I want, I gotta have. All of the above. 847, Tom, get to the text. We're going to take our break.
This text is saying, we are literally debating on if it's okay to kill an innocent child. But as of right now, most of the people doing the raping of women and children are coming right across the border as they please.
I wouldn't say, look, I wouldn't say most.
You could cut back a large number.
Yeah, look, we have bad people in America.
Everywhere.
We have bad people in America. That doesn't mean we should import others.
But it's obvious that we wouldn't have women and children being killed and raped by illegal foreigners.
Yeah, and that goes back to the point. We shouldn't, you know, import bad things.
Right.
Or bad people, either way.
Texter goes on to say, a lot of you Democrats are okay with this, but not okay to send those rapists to death row. It's wrong to do away with the monsters, but okay to kill babies. Amen. That should be Kamala's slogan, says that one text right there.
Okay. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Another text is asking or saying, our ancestors also died sooner than we do. Now, come on, B. The text is saying.
Quality of life wise?
Right.
I don't know. I would rather have a good 70 years than a, you know, crappy 80 years. That's just me.
Makes sense. Yeah, I agree. Tom, you also remember the day that the McRib comes out.
Yes,
said
I
the
do.
Texter.
It was 1992. One of the greatest inventions in American history. The McRib.
10:31 a.m.
I was there. Somebody told me to wipe the barbecue sauce.
There is no pork in the
my
McRib.
jowls.
I don't put pickles on my ribs.
Please don't
they
put
do.
pickles on the McRib.
And there is no pork in it.
Yeah. It's all lab grown.
Well, in honor of that, I'm going to,
In honor of that, come on.
We need to get the McDonald's kids in here to give us, the report.
Their version.
Yeah.
All right. No, that kid at McDonald's now has McBlurry vision now. Says the texter.
You know what's bad? Every time he goes to McDonald's, they see his vehicle and they go, here's that guy with the boobs. Here he is, the naked man. I'm not waiting on him. No, you wait on him. No, you wait on him.
They all know who you are.
Yes.
And that texter says y'all should go and try to get him on the air to tell his side of the story.
Yeah.
I go there. I've seen him 3 times since he saw me half naked.
I thought you stopped going to McDonald's, and now that wasn't that long.
I'm not stopping.
Well, I like the tea, man. That's why I go there.
What about all the sandwich wrappers you bring with it?
No, I don't eat there no more.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Is that your final story?
Yes.
Okay.
We have photos.
All right.
Go take photos.
All right, 8:50. We're going to take a break. We're coming back. News this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells Fuel Station, reminding you to be safe on the road. If you're on 128, need fuel, exit Buck Jackson Road. Head down to about 2.75 miles. You'll see these guys. It's a huge facility that is covered. It's open to the public. Need diesel, need DEF value, need unleaded. They've got you covered on all of those. And they do accept credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. Be safe on the road from the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Lots of things to get to. We'll get to that up next. Plus Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about a new budget. The Democrats are trying to hold them to passing legislation that is not good to fund a lot of things and put the taxes, put more deficit on our grandkids and our kids. I'll get to Marjorie Taylor Greene coming up next. And let me just say this. Marjorie Taylor Greene, there are people making negative, ugly comments about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is 53 years old. And you could drop a quarter off her stomach. Now, Tom, next we'll try to drop a quarter off your stomach.
I used to have abs.
Now you just got the 50-gallon tank. 8:52, taking a break.
MTD Radio News brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington. Get the job done right every time since 2004.
Proudly serving most phases of the oil field process, Stone Oilfield Services has a fleet of over 60 trucks and a workforce of over 100 employees. From water transport to kill and vac truck operations, flowback services and pit filling to the clean out of rigs and tanks, as well as oiling and acidizing, Stone Oilfield believes in getting the job done right every time. Their central motto, do what you say you can do. Call them today at 575-396-1840. That's 396-1840.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovart. A student at the Roswell Job Corps Center, Rudolph Mesa, 23 of Silver City, has been charged with 1 count each of attempted criminal sexual penetration in the 2nd degree of a child and criminal sexual contact of a minor in the 4th degree. A criminal complaint filed in Chavez County Magistrate Court against Mesa alleges he groped a 17-year-old fellow student and then tried to force her to perform sexual acts on him. Police obtained surveillance video from the area which showed Mesa taking the victim by the wrist and leading her around the corner behind the patio area. No cameras were in the area where the incident occurred, but the video did show the victim running from around the corner, hiding behind the witnesses, and showed Mesa walking away from the area while adjusting his waistband. Magistrate James Mason set Mesa's bond at $25,000. He also ordered that Mesa not come within 1,000 feet of the victim or any witnesses in the case. Mesa remains housed at the Chavez County Detention Center. And around 300 volunteers are paying tribute to the victims of 9/11 through community service projects in Eunice and Hobbs as part of Urenco USA's 16th annual 9/11 Day of Service. On Saturday, more than 70 volunteers from Urenco USA were on hand to repair, paint, and update the landscaping at a Habitat for Humanity home in Hobbs, the first of 14 being prepared for new occupants in the area near Mills Elementary School. Urenco USA's September volunteer work also includes new furniture and fresh paint at Isaiah's Kitchen, which provides meals to those in need in Lee County, and improving the qualifying range for the Eunice Police Department with shade covers. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
James Cecil Auctioneers presents the New Mexico Junior College Auction this Saturday, September 14th at 9:04 a.m. Tons of miscellaneous items as well as vehicles, fitness and kitchen equipment, office furniture, computers, microscopes, and much more. You don't want to miss it. It's one of the biggest auctions of the year. The James Cecil NMJC Auction, 9:04 a.m. this Saturday, September 14th at 1 Thunderbird Circle at the New Mexico Junior College on the Lovington Highway in Hobbs. See you there.
Honey, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m.
Well, I'm making a big breakfast for you and the kids. We got to get going this morning. It's a long drive to Midland Airport.
I booked our flights out of our airport here in Hobbs. It's in town, not in Texas.
Well, you want some toast?
Is that strawberry?
Organic boysenberry.
I'm going back to bed.
Love you.
Flying in and out of Hobbs gives you more time and less stress. So when it's time to fly, you gotta fly Hobbs.
Get ready for the Yucca Blossom Trade Days Summer's End Extravaganza, coming to the Artesia Center, 612 North 8th Street, Saturday, September 21st from 9 to 6, and Sunday, September 22nd from 11 to 4 in Artesia, New Mexico. Shop a wide variety of vendors to make the most of summer ending with fall and the holidays just around the corner. Plus, don't forget to check out the Yucca Blossom Silent Auction with proceeds to benefit the Tony De La Rosa family. Don't miss the Yucca Blossom Trade Days Summer's End Extravaganza at the Artesia Center, September 21st and 22nd, 612 North 8th Street.
Saturday, September 14th at 6 p.m., the boxing event of the year. Canelo Alvarez versus Edward Berlanga. This fight will be shown live at Babe's Sports Page Restaurant and Bar. And it'll be shown on all 20 large screen TVs plus the Jumbotron. $10 cover charge, no reservation, open seating. First come, first serve. Don't miss out. Enjoy the fun, great food, full bar, and the coldest beer in town at Babe's, 5024 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs, across from the Lee County Event Center.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Welcome to B in the Breakfast Club. Don't underestimate B. Oh, that's his wife's job.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Call or text now 877-396-W105 to talk to B and the Breakfast Club.
Now that is the savage son of a beast I know and love.
858 KWMW Malgemora 105.1 FM. Morning show being brought to you by Zia Guns. Stop in and check out all the guns at Zia Guns, the largest gun dealer in southeast New Mexico. Over 8,000 guns in stock at any time. I remember back in the day, these guys were on West 2nd in Roswell. And then they moved uptown, Main Street, right on the drag. You cannot miss that building because it's a big yellow building, and look for the Zia symbol right outside and a big sign that says guns. It triggers the liberals just driving past because it's got a big gun and then the AR on the sign. Right when the liberals pass, they start crying. It's amazing. What's good news is the hospital is right down the street. So when they start crying and there's an accident because of the drying, you get my point. But 1,000 guns in stock. They've got lots of them. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Ladies, if you've been thinking about getting personal protection, I hate to say it. It is a crazy, crazy world. They offer lethal and non-lethal personal protection. If you're a hunter, they have all the guns that you ever need. And you can trade in your old gun to get a better gun at Zia Guns. Tune up your bow there. Get all the ammo that you might need. Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Check them out today. Tom is in charge of the text. We'll get to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Wait, Blake.
Before you get to the text, the Hobbs police just released that they have made the arrest of that guy at the Home Depot.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, good.
You know, the word, though, is know your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
Know your surroundings. Know, and this kind of takes us back to, it's a crazy world. Know your surroundings. I'm not saying that you should be paranoid, but you should be paranoid. And I'll give you
ladies.
I was talking to a young lady yesterday about her car. So I'm trying to buy a car, and look, I have a brand new car in the Philippines. I don't want to buy a brand new car and have two notes. So I'm trying to buy a car that's cash, and so I'm looking for a good deal on a car. So this young lady had a car, and I said, can I send my son over there to look at it? And she kind of like, I would rather talk about it on social media. I said, well, how do we see it to check it out?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, my dad will be here Saturday, and I'll show you Saturday. Okay. So I made an appointment with her on Saturday, but the point is, it's sad that we have to be that way, but it is a crazy world that we live in.
I will agree. And I will say that's what I'm thankful for social media for in moments like this, because I've seen so many posts that have been shared here in our community, like the Hobbs 411 page and whatnot, of women who say they've walked out of the parking lot and they've seen suspicious men, suspicious groups, vehicles, and they put the word out there for us to be more vigilant,
Did they
to
give
be aware.
a description?
They do give a description
And
most
does
of
it
the
fit
time.
Tom's description?
Tom is not a stalker.
No, and I actually
he's a voyeur.
I carry mace, and I pray that I don't have to use it.
And
But
Monica,
the next thing would be a gun.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. They teach a thing to carry your keys in your hand with your keys actually sticking out between your fingers.
Right. They do. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I always have my phone in hand, just in case, and, my mace and whatnot. But I don't let my girls go to Walmart at night alone.
No.
Like, I constantly have my littles in my sight. We have to hold hands, or they have to walk in front of me.
It's sad that we have to be like that.
Right. And
how many reports, and at not just this Walmart, at other Walmarts and other places.
Correct.
There'll be two guys out there wandering the parking lot, following women, following
all the
couples,
time.
whatever it is. I mean, we hear about it here, Roswell, Lubbock, wherever.
Strange guys that are stalking women at Walmart.
Yeah.
Why do you think they choose?
Because they're preoccupied with their purchases.
Yeah.
And loading them into the car.
Yeah.
Because they know that typically shoppers, like at those places, don't just have a bag in their hand.
They're busy.
They have a shopping cart full of stuff they got to load in the car. What are you paying attention to when you're loading that stuff in the car?
Nothing else.
Right.
Yeah, kind of. So just be aware of your surroundings for sure. And there are crazy people, no doubt. There are crazy people out there. A pair of South African farmers harvesting their crop made a startling discovery, a record-breaking plum weighing 16.3 ounces. That's a huge plum.
Yeah.
By the way, they named it American, because we're so overweight. That's cool. The hell with you South Africans poking fun at us like that. By the way, this made the other male very self-conscious, and after all, their plums are much smaller. So, 16-ounce plum. Beetlejuice has conjured up $140 million at the box office. That's global box office. And the dead person, Beetlejuice, is donating all the profits to the Kamala Harris campaign because that's what dead people do. Give money to the Kamala campaign.
You had me there.
I mean, if it was real life, they would give it to the Biden campaign, right? And the final trailer of DreamWorks' The Wild Robot movie was dropped, teasing an epic and touching adventure of Roz the Robot. Now the word robot is so wild that, in 2024, they have come out with many robots in 2024, including a wife robot.
Wow. Tom?
All right, so this text is saying, do not unlock your car from the entrance of a store. Wait till you get to the car to unlock due to criminals in the area, says the texter.
You got set up and just
flew on by.
Wow. I wasn't even going to you for text line.
Well, you looked at me.
I mean, for the first time, I go to him, he's prepared. Unbelievable. Chinese officials dropping a bombshell news briefing yesterday that, yes, formerly known Kanye West has hold a listen party to his Vultures studio album on the Chinese island. So they're letting Kanye West.
You might have the right title.
Into
Vultures.
Yeah.
So that would be Kanye.
Yeah.
Connie.
Yeah. And Michael Keaton wants you to refer to him by his new name.
Beetlejuice.
Michael Keaton Douglas now.
Okay.
So he has combined his real name with his stage name, Michael John Douglas. So he goes Michael Keaton Douglas. Just in case you run into Michael Keaton.
Hey,
now
I'm
you
a
know.
professional here.
Yeah. Looks like Ruidoso leaders speaking on the damage of the wildfires and the flooding. They've got things cleaned up. I see a lot of work going on. I was up there on Friday, and so a lot of work going on.
Those same 6 bridges, though, that got damaged in 2008, they're still waiting on repairs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's
the 3 that they fixed, minor damage from this. But
so
those
they've had
They've
had close to 400 homes that were destroyed, and I did see those apartments right there on Meacham that were completely, and that was mostly the flooding. Jogger left bloodied and dazed and crying, mauled by a gang of. No, they had otters in Malaysia, but she was bloody. And, I mean, an otter can do some damage. Tom, an otter is in what family?
It's in the beaver family.
The beaver family. So, like Wolverine, beaver.
It's a rodent.
A rodent?
Do you think it's a rodent?
It's a water rodent.
I'm going to let you check that and come back to us tomorrow and tell us what it is.
Well, I saw the other day, I was watching the Wildlife Channel, and an alligator was eating it. An alligator and a boa constrictor was eating the alligator. Survival of the fittest.
What about the hippos that went after the alligator? Crocodile.
Yeah, they eat them too. So.
Looks like a fire at a landfill in Albuquerque has been contained. It started yesterday about 3. Now they're now saying the environmental department's going to get involved because of, air quality issues.
What a boondoggle that's going to be.
Yeah, and New Mexico State Police make that New Mexico Secretary of State testifying on election confidence and combating misinformation. She was up in Washington, D.C., and she's battling back. She testified before Congress as they discussed the increasing confidence on elections. Maggie Toulouse-Oliver was among the top 6 elected officials that spoke to the House Administration Committee. Yeah, and she believes that in New Mexico.
Suppress the vote.
Yeah, well, she believes that we're, very, very
stupid.
Well, I mean, she should. I'm not saying she does. All right, I love this lady, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They make fun of her because she is a fighter. Even Republicans don't like her.
Yeah.
Because she is too conservative. Mike Johnson hates her.
Well, because Mike Johnson sided with Democrats and she called him out on it.
And she will not stand by that. And here's what she says. Democrats would rather shut down the government than make sure that people that shouldn't be voting are not voting. Here's what Marjorie Taylor Greene had to say.
Here's my issue. I think the American people on both sides of the aisle are sick and tired of lying in Washington, D.C. And why set up a fake fight? Like, we passed the SAVE Act, I think it was on July 10th. We passed it. The House has passed it. For everyone to stand in there and say that we have to vote for this, but in order to vote for it, you have to vote for a continuing resolution that continues the Biden administration's budget, that pays for the Green New Deal, that pays for all these horrific things that people are sick of. It is absurd. It's absurd. And it's going to frustrate people because the base, Republican base, will know that they're being lied to. And they're tired of being lied to.
And who are they being lied to by? Speaker Johnson, fellow Republican. He has lied time and time again, and he has sided with he has bent over backwards and sided with the Democrats. And that's when I left the Republican Party. That's when I walked away. I did the complete walk away because I'm not going to side with people that don't line up with my values. And I am not here to put the burden on my kids and grandkids and continuously do it.
What do they have on him?
I don't know. They might have like pictures of him and Dylan the donkey or what. I don't know.
Look, nobody's going to be happy, whoever's in that position as Speaker of the House. Yes, you can be.
We need somebody with a backbone. We need somebody that will stand up.
He was reaching out to the other side. No.
Why?
He gave them everything they wanted. That's not reaching out.
You know, negotiation to me is that you get something in return. We got nothing in return.
Right.
Absolutely nothing. When you negotiate, you get something in return. It's a win-win.
Well, sometimes later you get negotiations.
Yeah, maybe his bank account, or is that what you're alluding to? Maybe. Okay.
That's a good one, Kevin.
I mean, one of those.
I still like him in that office.
Oh, good.
Of course you do.
I'm glad you do. Yeah.
But you like Kamala, so.
How's your backbone? Is it good? Kamala. Oh, no, it's injured. That's why I can't do anything. Chris Christie says that he will not. Chris Christie says Kamala should not debate. She shouldn't have another debate with Trump.
I think he's right. Think about it. He's a Chris Christie boy.
He is.
He's a Mike Johnson boy.
Maybe you and Chris Christie ought to settle down, need a dozen of Krispy Kremes. By the way, wait a second.
Boy.
Wait. Hold up. Hold up here. Wait a second. Speaking of donuts, you challenged me to go look in your car, so I did. And why the hell would you lock your door to your car? That's number one. What a value.
We live in New Mexico. Right. I don't blame him for that.
Yeah. But what a value do you have in there?
I got paperwork, documents.
Why are you keeping paperwork in your car? But let me
keep it.
Let me go to the photos. Hold up a second.
There's no donuts in there.
Hold up a second. Monica, what does that look like?
A muffin.
A muffin. And if I could get a decent seat.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Picture on the floor, fast food.
Ain't no fast food down there.
Okay, so what does that look like?
It's like one of those white bags that carries fries. Or
it's actually like a chimney wrapper.
Yeah.
No. So, liar.
Liza.
That's a banana muffin that I had this morning.
Oh, did it come in that bag?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
No, it did not come in that bag. That muffin will not fit in that bag. And are you supposed to be eating muffins?
That's a non-diet muffin.
Non-diet muffin. What the hell does that mean? Non-diet muffin.
Non-diet means that it's fatty.
Good. It's good.
No.
Where did you get the non-diet muffin from?
Well, you can order them,
So that's a question. Where did you get it from? Go ahead, I'll wait.
Well, it was online. You can order those online.
No, where did you? Well, please, I'm looking for them. Please tell me where you got it.
It's called muffinsaregood.com.
No.
Do both of y'all have pictures of Tommy's
I just
car?
went and took them.
You did not.
What is that?
He said he doesn't eat the food. This is up by the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
The half-eaten muffin.
Half-eaten muffin. Oh, there you go. You got a better picture.
It's like it's a coffee table. He's got his console sitting there. And the half-drink cup is sitting there, and the muffin is just sitting in the middle of it like it's on a coffee table.
That was on the seat.
Yep, there you go.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't have the muffin.
your eating has not changed, bro.
You said you don't buy food at McDonald's. What is that, Tom?
That's not a McDonald's.
That is definitely McDonald's.
Well, they had
It says,
I had the iced
look,
tea.
a giant golden arches with red on the bottom.
Well, Blake, that's non-diet food.
That's non-diet food.
That would mean it's non-diet.
What is that, Tom?
Now you place that right there.
How can I place that right there?
Your car's locked. How could he place something?
You what you
In
airbrushed it?
30 seconds?
You
I don't think
airbrushed it.
so.
Yeah.
What is that? What is it?
It's a McDonald's wrapper.
Those are
The hash
old
browns.
wrappers.
Yeah, those are old. I mean, I keep my car looking like that year round.
Right.
There's his medication that he said.
If anyone is listening from McDonald's, or if you happen to be listening while you see Tom A in line at McDonald's,
Better known as Pedro the Perv.
give us a shout out. Send us a picture through the text line.
Colorado man arrested for arson in connection with the destruction of a mountain fire. It damaged 29 homes and 21 buildings. The USDA Forest Service showed up on Alexander Mountain near Loveland, Colorado, and this guy has been arrested. He caused about $30 million in $30 million in damages. So this guy has been arrested. His name Jason Alexander, 49 years old. Bigger question: why haven't we had an arrest in the Ruidoso case? They had persons of interest, but have we heard anything else? The answer to that is no. And the bigger answer is, why haven't we heard anything else about the fires?
Shh. We can't tell you.
I'm just wondering why. GOP blasting Gabe Boskus in a hard-hitting defund the police ad. I don't know if you've seen the defund the police ad.
Better hang on to that.
So,
8 days?
yeah, they'll probably take it down.
I think that he's going to bail, but we'll see if he shows up.
So 8 days away from Gabe Boskus being on.
Yep.
So, in his own words, in that ad, Gabe Boskus said the police department, if we don't need those positions anymore, we should get rid of them. Gabe Boskus. Remember when he went to the Trump rally in disguise?
Yes.
Yes.
No way.
And they actually interviewed him. They interviewed him.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He had a big
They knew who he
bandana on.
was. Yeah.
Big bandana, sunglasses.
Wow.
And disguise.
And a MAGA hat.
Oh, wow.
Michigan teen allegedly murdered another teen who was a rival of his mother. Rival of his mother. By the way, the Michigan teen boy charged as an adult after he allegedly shot another teen and killed his mother as she was trying to protect him. Anthony Deshaun Sneed, 15 years old, charged with felony murder and will be charged as an adult. Wayne County Prosecutor's Office said that Sneed got into a fight with the son, and the mother was trying to protect him. That's when he shot the boy and the mother with a stolen gun. How does a kid get a stolen gun? And you read the story about John Bon Jovi. He was there to save the day.
Yep.
Prevented a woman from jumping off of a bridge.
Yeah. He was there shooting a different video.
Wow.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Aw, that's tender.
And I don't think it was like a music video. I think it was more of just a personal video for.
He started singing "Living on a Prayer." No, I made that part up.
And she said, "It's John Bon Jovi," and then, she came right to him.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break.
Hey, before we do, I want to make an announcement because one of our advertisers, Los Victors in Artesia, they're having their grand opening at Saturday.
Ooh, I'm gonna be there
at 8 a.m.
Okay, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, grand opening, Tom.
I need more muffins.
I am going to count on you to go to Los Victor's in Artesia for that grand opening Saturday at 8 a.m. and then tell me all about the food.
I need more muffins.
Well, it's California style Mexican
I want to
food.
try. I've never tried California style.
I definitely want to hear Tom's report on it.
Wait a second. So
I'm serious.
Your sister's not a real Mexican either because she lives in California. She never took you to a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, she did, but when I asked for guacamole that one time I went there.
A guacamole?
Guacamole. Anyway,
he says it like a white guy.
They brought guacamole sauce. I said, "This is not guacamole."
Guacamole.
It's made with goat cheese. I said, "Well, it's still not guacamole." I'm from Texas. I didn't like that too much.
Well, they were probably confused with the whole idea of, what did you call it?
Guacamole.
Guacamole.
And when he asked for fajitas, they were like, we have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Can you cook them in an air filter?
Yeah, they did. They did.
But I'm looking forward to that.
All right,
Yeah,
we're going to
please,
take...
I do want to hear.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, get you updated with everything going on, get you qualified for the trip to go see the Cowboys and the Eagles. Some of the specials at La Tienda Thriftway in Carlsbad. Get the New York strips, $5.99 a pound.
There's your steak price.
Pork, that's a great price, $5.99 a pound. Get the spare ribs, $2.49 a pound, or the pork chops, the quarter loin pork chops for $1.99 a pound. Whole fryers, 99 cents a pound. Watermelons, $4.99 a piece. If you're going to make some, what did you call it, Tom?
Guacamole.
You need the avocados. Get 2 for $1. Also from the deli, they've got big savings in the deli. Get mesquite smoked turkey, $6.49 a pound. Cooked ham, $4.49 a pound. Or get roast beef for $11.99 a pound. If you're having a party this weekend, need refreshments, Coca-Cola, 20-pack, 12-ounce cans, $9.99 a pound. And if you're looking for Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Light, $16.99 for an 18-pack of 12-ounce cans or bottles. Coming right back, good news of the day. It's already 9:22. We're W105.
The only thing matters is a win. That's it. However, whatever it takes. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
Call in at 877-396-9105.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Vice President Harris takes the overall lead for the first time in the new Fox News Power Rankings. The vice president's in North Carolina today, now one of 6 states listed as a toss-up.
She has campaign rallies in Charlotte, then she heads over to Greensboro. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump's out west speaking this afternoon in Tucson. The campaign says Trump will address the economy and the rising cost of housing. Tomorrow, he holds a rally in Vegas.
Fox's Rich Edson. What was Hurricane Francine's moving into Mississippi after causing power outages and flooding in Louisiana, including New Orleans.
The city did a great job in clearing out the storm drains. This is about 1,400 miles of storm drains out here. That all dumps into Lake Pontchartrain. The rain was adding up quickly, and these drains can handle about 1 inch of rain per hour. We were getting a whole lot more rain than that.
Fox's Craig Herrera. America's listening to Fox News.
Know what you're feeding your family. Farm-to-table beef is now available in Lee County from Patriot Meats. 100% Angus, USDA certified, grass-fed, and grain-finished. No hormones, no ionophores. It doesn't matter if you're building your own $50 custom beef box, choosing one of their prepared variety beef boxes, or in need of an entire processed cow. Patriot Meats can fill your freezer with prices comparable to the big box stores. Weekly specials, even Wagyu beef box options. Why would you buy your beef anywhere else? The best way to get your Lee County beef is to find Patriot Meats on Facebook. That's where they post their weekly specials and discounts. You can also visit patriot-meats.com to start your custom beef box today. Patriot Meats, 575-415-8255. 1007.
September savings at National Furniture Liquidators, and it's warehouse cleanup time. Out with the old. Thousands of bargains like chairs and bar stools, $18. Nightstands, $28. End tables, $18, and select mattresses up to 70% off. Bed dressers and chests up to 80% off. Dinettes, 60% off or more, and sofas as low as $188. Thousands of deals, all on a first-come, first-sold basis. Warehouse cleanup time now at National Furniture Liquidators.
Nobody beats Shorty.
This is Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, where our business is built on dreams and imagination. Right now, the Lincoln County real estate market has more buyers than sellers. What does that mean? It means that the local market of inventory of houses and ranches is low, but we have plenty of buyers ready and willing to purchase properties. So if you've been considering putting something on the market, it's a good time to get top dollar for your investment. Telephone my team of seasoned professionals at 575-257-3000. That's Rhonda Romack of Destiny Real Estate, online at rudoso-nm.com.
There is no excuse for not calling 811 before you start your digging project. The call and service are free, and the process is simple. Mark the area where you plan to dig with white paint or white flags. Available at most home shopping centers or hardware stores. Then call 811 2 business days before you start digging. Utility companies will arrive and mark any utilities in or near your digging area. For more information, visit nm811.org. A friendly reminder sponsored by your community partner, Zia Natural Gas Company.
This Hobbs Eagles Sports Update is brought to you by America Supply in Hobbs, locally owned and operated, and a proud supporter of Hobbs Eagles athletics.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
Blake Ovard here, MTD Radio, talking to Hobbs Eagles head coach Ken Stevens. Coach, it was another close loss this week. What are you proud of, though, from your guys?
You know, I'm proud of the grit and determination that our boys show. They play with a lot of heart and believing in each other. And you know, that's things that we can take and carry forward to next week. I'm just proud of the way we play. We play tough, we play physical, and we battle. And that I'm always going to be proud of.
Speaking of the next game coming up, what are you working on most coming into the game on Friday?
We got to clean up penalties, and offensively, we got to start better. You know, we've came from behind in the second half in every game that we've been in, but we start very slow offensively, and so we've got to come out and play 4 quarters, especially from an offensive standpoint. We haven't played very well in the first quarter of any of our games, and so we've got to come out ready to play and start better.
This has been your Hobbs Eagles Sports Update, brought to you by America Supply, 502 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-393-3383.
Now back to the show.
Whoever said nothing is impossible is a liar. Tom A. has been successfully doing nothing for years.
While you were asleep, we simply took you to our little corner of heaven.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to B in the Breakfast Club.
Another day, another 55 cent. We're going to see how this works out. I just poured tea into my pre-workout because it's cold, because I had no hot, all I had was warm water. So we'll see how that tastes. I'm sure it's going to be good. Right, Tom?
Absolutely.
By the way, somebody on the text line said they saw you the other day at McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't deny it.
So,
hang on. Here we go. It said, me and my kid saw Tom at McDonald's the other day. He was sitting there with a half-cut shirt on and belly hanging out everywhere. And my kid started crying and said, I don't want to look like that. I said, baby, that's what McDonald's does to you.
not just McDonald's, but I hate to blame McDonald's for everything.
We're getting a lot of advertising, ain't they?
Well, and they were there.
Yeah, they were there. All right, we got to get to good news of the day this morning, being brought to you by our buddy Herschel Rustin Hayes. Find him Avenue D in Lovington, 575-396-0513. Home Auto Life Insurance. They can take care of your commercial insurance and so much more. He's right across the street from Bob's Check him out today, or that number, 575-396-0513. He can take care of all your insurance. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
Clowns might seem creepy to some people. Like, I know a lot of people that think that way. But a study found they can actually help kids leave the hospital faster. The term for that kind of visit is called medical clown, and they go through a lot of special training, not just normal clown stuff. The study found kids hospitalized with pneumonia were able to go home an average of 43.5 hours after just 30 minutes with a clown. And if they didn't, it was like 70 hours. That's kind of cool. And a group of sophomores at a high school near Arlington, Virginia, surprised their janitor with a new ride this week. His name is Francis, and he moved to the U.S. from Ghana 10 years ago. The students love him. A group of boys at the school asked him a while back what his dream car would be, and he said, one of those Jeeps with the tire on the back, like my Wrangler.
Yeah.
So they started a GoFundMe in May, and they wanted to raise enough by the end of their senior year to get him one. But it quickly got to more than $20,000, and they surprised him with that Jeep on Monday. They even put a big bow on top, filmed it and everything, video online. His reaction was awesome. A local news station was there covering it live. It was a lot better than Kevin's reaction to his tea, and you should go and check out that interview for sure. One last piece of good news of the day. Jason from the Patch is chiming in, and he said Tom's new nickname, Kevin, should be Tamala Harris.
Oh,
that's your good news of the day.
All right, we got to get out of here because Tradio is coming up next. News this morning being brought to you by Roach Air Conditioning and Heating. You ought to have your heater checked out. Yes, I know it's going to be like 95 today. It's okay. Start thinking ahead and start thinking about preventing, provincial, making sure everything's checked out. Let Roach Air Conditioning and Heating go out there and do that for you. Now, if you have problems with your air conditioner, they can help you out there too. Call Enrique Rocha, 575-631-1989. Make that 19. Hold up a second. These eyes are failing me. 1999. Get in touch with him today. We're out of here. Tradio is up next.
MTD Radio News brought to you by